Welcome everybody to the Get Bit podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your host, the most, myself, Spartan Show Guy Joe. Tafara TV is currently on assignment watching the Michael movie, so he may or may not join us tonight because I'm kind of curious what everybody's thoughts on that is. But Joe, sir, it is Friday. We've made it to the weekend. How you feeling, sir?
Same as always. Here, functional. But at some point, I'll be reformatted by Unicron and thrown into a pit of lava and go nuts.
That's a lot. No, I'm the same. We made it to Friday somehow, some way with 1 HP left, but I'm not complaining. But as you can see, guys, we are a little bit more on the leveled up side, so we do try to watch your language. We do show trailers and movies that might be too intense for younger viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. Shout out to Shadow at Shadow Creative, sir. Hopefully you are doing well. You're always doing well because I've seen your twerk mania, sir. So I know you're doing well. But that being said, we do have a lot of bit of news to get into. First, Dragon Ball. Joe, how do we explain 0 Hour in the news that they all came out with just guns barreling just this past weekend?
4 more Dragon Ball announcements. We could have made a wish.
At this point, really could have. That being said, I will say this about the first trailer that we're playing, because somehow, some way, Xenoverse has better service and support than Microsoft has ever had in any of its operating systems. It was announced during the 0 Hour that we are getting a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, and here's the trailer.
Let's go take a look at me. I was born to be an idol, that's Johnny. Look at me speeding with the spotlight. Catch me if you can. Watch me glitter like a galaxy. Every smile I bring to you. There's sparkle in my flow, untouchable, cause you know I'm the one. A rhythm here, the beat, collective voice, so divine, jewel perfection. Is this for real? Open your mind. Hey! Feel the disharmony. I know how it feels. My new song's out. Hope you like it.
Look alive! Another incident in New City. That's your cue to head out and take care of it.
All right, Brett. Ready?
Oh, yeah. Nice. Go! Hey, partner. The incident should be just up ahead. Careful, though. I might just steal the spotlight myself. Now, here comes the hero.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow. Wow, you really caught me off guard.
You okay?
All right, so that was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. As you can see, guys, comes out next year all for the PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. You can wishlist it now. I'm not against it, although this is supposed to, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, isn't this the one that's supposed to be set 1,000 years into the future or something like that?
It is year 1000. It's currently 782 to 785 in Dragon Ball, so this is like 200 and something years later.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume, aside from the created character, Brett is a descendant of Goku. And then the created character, I'm fairly certain that was the opening intro. Yeah. Goober with the claw marks, that's got to be like an ancestor of a descendant of Goku.
I'm guessing. Although I was kind of curious, I was like a Bulma-like character, but I'm like, that can't
No, that
be.
is actually Bulma.
So she keeps on wishing on the Dragon Balls, huh?
Well, we don't know how it is because we know she invents time travel at some point.
Mm-hmm.
She could be using the Dragon Balls. She also has that halo ring around her neck, so
Yeah.
we could have given that to her at some point, just like, I'm going to keep you around because we're super best friends.
That's true.
And think of all the food you can get me over the course of the many years. But, like, I'm going to lean more towards time travel because I don't think Bulma would want to see all her friends and family die around her from old age.
That's a fair point, because I mean the fact that she does have the Whis necklace does say a lot. So you
But
got a point
also
there.
this particular scene right here, like the ending, I guarantee that's the opening of the game.
Yeah, I'll
Like
agree
you
with that.
made your create a character, and then that is literally the opening cinematic after you get out of the character creation menu.
I agree with that. Although it does look pretty cool, I can't lie. I do want to see some fighting though, but I understand this is an announcement. We're probably gonna get gameplay as we get closer to next year, but we're
2 months away from Summer Games Fest, so we may get something there.
That is true.
The other thing we noticed is Piccolo's still around, but that's not unheard of considering how long they can live.
I mean, the Namekians do have a long lifespan, and the fact that I think we saw other. Hang on a second.
The Videl style created character. There's a punk Sam with the pompadour in an alleyway.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right there.
With the tail,
Punk
yeah.
Sam.
That's interesting as all get out, but yeah, I'm gonna be curious. Like I said, with Xenoverse 3, with Xenoverse in general, 3 games, and it's been what, almost 25 years, give or take, almost 30.
Xenoverse was PlayStation 3, but PlayStation 3.
Because I was gonna say, Xenoverse has been around for, I want to say, quite a freaking while. Let's see, 2014, 2026. So yeah, 12 years. I was way off. The initial Xenoverse came out in 2014. So yeah, 12 years. Although it feels longer, I'm not gonna lie. But again, who are we to knock it? Because those guys, and I mean, as far as support goes, we talked about Xenoverse 2 getting an update just to match Dragon Ball Daima, which kind of goes into the next thing we're gonna go into with Daima, because Dragon Ball FighterZ, another game that also got announced, was getting an update as well. Which is still wild that FighterZ is still getting an update. That they talked about their latest edition, which I could have sworn we covered this, but correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, was that with Goku, SS4 Goku from Daima being added. Did we not cover that before?
Yeah, we covered the initial announcement, but this is the gameplay trailer. Then after this, we have the Xenoverse 2 trailer, right?
The Sparking Zero.
No, there's also a Xenoverse 2 final DLC trailer.
Oh, I gotta go find that one. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this one out the way, because for all you fighters, this is Goku SS4 Daima. And although this is now gameplay versus the announcement that we showed previously, it kind of threw me off for a second. But here it is.
This guy's not going to be easy to take down.
Thanks for pushing me to my limit. I trained harder because of you. Too bad for you. Two Super Saiyan 4s, huh? This should be fun. Come on! Challenge. This is where the fight ends. Ultra Big Bang Kamehameha! This is the power of Super Saiyan 4.
All right, so that was the content that we did announce earlier as far as Dragon Ball. Daima now being part of FighterZ. So this is actually we're getting seen with the Goku pack. Of course, you see default colors, C stamps, lobby avatars. So nothing wrong with that. But Joe, anything more we can say that before we get into the other DLC?
I mean, it looks fun. The hands are animated a little weird. I'm not saying because I'm not unfamiliar with the character design. It's just those don't look like Arc System stuff. This looks more like Namco's taking over the animation style for this. If you understand what I'm getting at from the way he animates.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
It is, but the way I look at it, I mean, it just might need some updates, which it probably will get, but it's not bad. But to really go into the other one, though, for Dragon Ball Xenoverse, because I know you mentioned the DLC, I did find it. Give me a second here, because I'm actually trying to pull it up as we speak. Do we want to give any context to it, or just go ahead and play it?
This is just the final DLC for Xenoverse 2. It's the finale for the Future Saga, and they're going up against semi-Black Frieza, I guess is the best way of putting it.
Yeah, fair enough. Here's the trailer.
Perfect Black Frieza.
Yeah,
sure.
We'll see. Here's the trailer.
It has been a while, huh? We've been through so much, more than I think we ever expected. To get history back on track, we've taken down all kinds of foes, time and time again.
The time to repent for your pride is upon you. Seems everyone's doing their best to piss me off! You have what it takes to stop me.
Make me a god.
The pain's gonna be intense, but I won't let you die from it. That much I can guarantee.
Pretty soon, we'll be gone. History, the future, protect it all.
Now, the final battle begins now.
This power, it's different from any I've ever had. Think you can keep up? Feel free to try.
Yeah, so that's the current trailer for Xenoverse 2. I have not gotten to play that. In fact, the last time I played Xenoverse 2 was when it was Cauliflower and Kale, or Cauliflower and Kale came out.
Khalifa and Kale.
Whatever their name is Khalifa and Kale, or Cauliflower.
I'm messing with you.
The Saiyan 6, the Universe 6 Girls was the last time I played the game. So I haven't done any of this Future Saga stuff. I don't even know how far behind I am in DLC in this game. At this point, it's probably just better to wait for the complete edition to come out, because now they can finally do that.
Yeah. Although I will sit there and say this, I think that was the final DLC for this. Yeah. Now you got me doing it. The final DLC for Xenoverse 2. So it is going to be interesting. I will say that. I actually got to go back and play. There's so much about Xenoverse I've actually forgot. But either way, can't complain. The other bit of news that we do have from Xenoverse, again, not from Xenoverse, from Dragon Ball, because again, they did have a lot. Sparking Zero, again, that we haven't really talked about in a while, is also getting an update. And also a trailer to go with it. If you haven't seen it, here it is.
Over here!
You're finished! It's just as the mad doctors intended.
Now, my final blow! You cannot hope to defeat me.
Let's do this!
I want everything you've got! Take this!
Let's do this.
I'll protect the peace of the whole galaxy. Check it.
Here you go!
It was you against the universe. You nearly won. I hope you can come back once more, but good.
Your evil can't be allowed to exist in this world.
I'll get you.
Fidel, join me!
I'm on it, Sandman.
Don't you mock me!
We're settling this right here and now!
I've come up with a fun new game. I got a favor for ya.
All right, you ready?
You have earned being crushed beneath my feet!
Gotcha!
If you can complete the task, I have a wonderful reward ready for you.
Well, are you ready? I'm not the same anymore.
Who you supposed to be?
I'll knock you out in no time flat.
You're going to die, fool.
As I am now, I can more than easily take you on alone! I can never forgive you. Time to die!
I'm gonna do it! And put it all into this next attack!
Let's do it.
It's okay. I'll protect you. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Lord Frieza. I'll take care of everything. Ultra Big Bang! Kamehameha! Breakthrough the limit!
was a lot. That again was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Super Limit Breaking Neo. Of course, that's available now on various platforms: PS5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, Xbox Series X and Steam. Did they incorporate some things from FighterZ and put it into Sparking Zero, or is that just me?
I think that's just you, but they did update a lot because the game was not very well looked upon when it first came out, and this is adding 30 additional characters, a lot of battle fixes, new stages, some of which I'm very, very surprised were left out, like Kami's Lookout and Roshi's Island. I'm really surprised those were not initially in there. The new game mode looks fun. And I heard they're going to be doing a lot more balancing and more fixing things. They even added something from the old PSP game Tag Team Tenkaichi, where you can swap into another character for their super move.
See, I was going on. See, that's what I was going off from FighterZ because they had the ally support. You had the ally support for combo attacks. I was like, I'm not against it because I thought it was a nice idea from FighterZ to include that in Sparking Zero. So I'm definitely not against
that. That's a mechanic from the old PSP Tenkaichi tag team where its storyline was Trunks' timeline after he goes back and what he does in the Buu saga.
And the new game mode in that, well, I can't ask a friend of mine. He plays the mobile game. I meant to ask him because that seems oddly familiar as far as new game mode, but I'm not against it. It's definitely innovative. And at the same time, like you said, it is weird about the stages because you would think, the Kami House, the hyperbolic time chamber. Why aren't they?
That one? That one's in there. This is actually Kami's Lookout.
Oh, Kami's Lookout. Sorry, but again, I got to ask that question. You think they would already be there, but again, who am I to knock it? We've been trying to get Waffle House and Tekken, so we've been trying to get Waffle House and Tekken for a while, and that's never going to happen. But still, I'm not against it.
We can get Harada to Waffle House specifically at 2 a.m. We would not settle for anything less.
We hope they do. We hope they treat that man right, but no, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero might bring back. I'm not sure. Actually, let me take that back. I'm not sure about their sub player count right now. I don't think they've had any low counts. But if you want to get people to pay attention more at Sparking Zero, this is a way to do it. But anything else, Joe, you want to add to this?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to going back. If anything, I want to see. Hopefully, this DLC doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
That's the thing, because
it's like 30 characters, new character customization updates. 20 plus customized items and costumes and new super attacks. So,
I would think because if it's available now.
Well, the game's available now. The update Super Limit Breaker Neo is available in summer 2026.
Right. And let's see. I just want to see if they mentioned it, but I don't think they put a price on it quite yet.
I think it'd be at least $20, 20 to $24.99.
Yeah, they haven't put a price on it yet, but I would agree with you. It'd probably be in that same price range. But either way, I'm not mad. It looks freaking great. But speaking of things that are looking great, we gotta start with James Gunn because Gunn surprised us on two fronts. One, we got a Clayface trailer, a teaser trailer. Let me say it better, not a full trailer, it's a teaser trailer. And he actually may have had a hand in Coyote versus Acme. But before we get to Coyote versus Acme, we gotta show Clayface because again, this is one of those projects that again Gunn did not direct, he did not write. So let's just clear that out the air already. He did not write it, he did not direct it. He is just helping it get along on the actual DC film schedule. That being said, it is going to be a separate movie, although they did say it was going to be horror. And after watching this teaser trailer, I think they may have gotten it right. So again, trigger warning. This is a visual horror teaser trailer. You've been warned. And that, guys, was the teaser trailer for Clayface. As you can see, will be in October's building theaters October 23rd. So it makes sense for a horror movie to actually be closer to Halloween. It makes sense. But if for a teaser trailer, I do want to see more. But this is probably the one time a horror movie that gets me that I honestly want to see what they do with it. We do know this is following the Matt Hagen Clayface. We do know that
I was literally about to ask that.
This actually, according to Gunn, this actually happens. Scrap. What I was gonna say. This happens before Batman. So it happens before Pattin's Batman. So he did answer those two questions as far as where we know. So this is this is the first time in a long time that movies that are being put out are out of sync. So we do know this is following Matt Hagen's character. We do know that it is going to show it because for all those that don't know, there are three versions of Clayface played by three different people in the DCU. But this is following Matt Hagen. I just gotta put it this way. I can't wait for the full trailer. This is probably going to be the problem with them showing a full trailer. You don't want to give away the movie. As of right now, it's all speculation. We don't know if this is going to be a standalone thing in a madness. We don't know if this is going to be, to where he eventually does become the villain and, Batman intercedes. We do not know if Robert Pattinson's Batman will be a part of this. We do not know that. Gunn has been very quiet about that. Wait a second, I also think they should move Halloween the last week of October.
What?
I think Halloween the movie or Halloween as in the celebration, because October 31st is the. I'm hoping you mean the movie. Bama. But but go ahead.
Two things I can see with this. First off, that very last scene where he just does this.
Yeah.
That's not Clayface. That is, right there.
Hang on. Go ahead.
Just let it be done. Yeah, right there. That's the question.
I'm not going to argue that.
I'm just looking at it like, no, that's the question. That's not Clayface. That's the question. Also, this comes out the week after Street Fighter, so
yeah, because Street Fighter comes out the 16th. That's going to be hard. Street Fighter comes out the 16th. It makes sense.
Or we combine them and make Clay Fighter 33 1/3.
You want to make Clay Fighter into a horror movie?
No. I'm saying how we had Barbenheimer and Doomsday. We now have Clay Fighter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So make Street Fighter. I got you.
It's also much better than Street Face. So
I mean, not against that. Although I do like the fact that the whole thing of face on and face off, because they are really pushing it.
Wait.
What's wrong?
What Bama just said.
The celebration.
My dude. My Lord, brother, and Jesus Christ. Whatever you're drinking or smoking right now, please stop.
The fact he says, I think they should move Halloween to the last week of October. Bama, Halloween's on the 31st. That's the last week of October, sir. That's the last day of October.
Yeah, whatever you're drinking or smoking, we need you to stop.
The last Saturday in October. Again,
that's not how it works.
That's you're getting your wish. You are getting your wish. They are moving it to the last of October. I don't know, Bam. I'm thinking I might be with Joe on this one. I think you might be drinking something. But no, I do like the visual horror of it. You know, they are working with it, and it doesn't. And like I said, I'm afraid for the trailer. I'm afraid for the trailer if they do go with it. I hope they show as little as humanly possible, because don't get me wrong, I know Joe is the question, but the fact that he does this, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. And just the person that comes to mind does not come Clayface. It's the question. That's just on
I completely get where you're going on that one. It's just that the only thing I'm worried about is the trailer, because now you kind of have a problem, because like most trailers, you don't want to show all the movie, because if you do, most people are not going to go see it. At the same time, everybody's going to wonder what the movie's about. And honestly, I don't think it needs another trailer. I think that just needs to be this, and just wait till October.
I wonder how many homages we're going to get to the different Clayface episodes in Batman the Animated Series, because those are some really good stuff.
Yeah, although I think they should, but no. If this is what Gunn and Group and DC are doing, I'm not against it. I just want to see more of this, because, like I said, they're being very close to the chest about what this movie is going to be about. Outside of that, we know it's one of Batman's rogues. Outside of that, nothing. But that's honestly freaking perfect for this type of movie, because yeah, you don't want to give anything away to where it just takes away from the movie. So I know I definitely want to go see it come October. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I'm not normally a horror guy, but I'll give it a shot. We'll see what it says, and we'll see what the ratings are, because, I'm not a super gory person, so it'll just kind of depend.
Okay, fair enough. Well, with that also being said, because like I said, Gunn basically gave us two surprises. Clayface being one. What I didn't know about Coyote versus Acme until Tafari pointed it out was literally the end scene where the credits are showing. But yes, we do have a trailer for Coyote versus Acme, and if you haven't seen it, here it is.
Been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
Name of the case is Coyote versus Acme.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless. We all know who's responsible, and all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
You've been settling Acme cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme, you have you!
Nothing to see here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
So, what is up, Doc?
The Acme Corporation is releasing this film for accounting purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines depicted.
So yeah, that, guys, was the trailer for Coyote versus Acme. As you can see, this was the movie that, again, guys, got canned, put in the same vault as Batgirl, and then somehow, some way, got out of the vaults, got very little marketing, and now about to be seen in theaters. If this wasn't the little movie that could. And the reason why I wanted to bring up James Gunn specifically, because I gotta give Tafari TV credit for this. He spotted this, and we were like, so this is being produced by James Gunn as well? You muted, Joe.
Go up one line.
Say what?
Go up one line.
Screen story by James Gunn. Oh, wow. So not only is he's also a associate producer, he's also written the screen story. If there's anything, boy, if Gunn ain't out here doing the Lord's work, I know I want to go see it just because, again, it's one of those movies that should have came out a long time ago, especially on the same lines as The Day the Earth Blew Up. Also did very well in movie, also did very well in theaters, and now we're getting this. There's nothing more I can sit there and say outside if I want to see it, but especially for the simple fact of the matter is the fact that Wile E. Coyote has an unlimited line of credit at Acme, and now Acme may be the evil company we all knew it to be. John Cena apparently doing side missions, playing some roles, which I'm not gonna knock him for. I mean, ever since Peacemaker, he can let the man act. He's funny as all get out. Foghorn Leghorn as a corporate exec was not on my bingo card, but I'm in. I can't say anything more than that, Joe. What about you?
I can't wait to watch John Cena become JBL for a movie.
I mean, he is kind of slowly. He's almost JBL, just maybe 100 pounds lighter. But I just love the fact that, just for the simple fact of the matter, that this is coming out. And you're right, Bama. This man has saved. He has actually saved DC and vis-a-vis Warner Brothers a lot. But yeah, the fact that John Cena is basically, I don't know, he's a corporate exec, and that he has to answer to Foghorn Leghorn, who's literally holding a golf club. Like I said, that it's just funny. And at the same time, I just can't wait to see more of this. But let's see, when does this come out again? So that way we can, August 28th. So we ain't got that far to go. But yeah, it just, again, in Gunn we trust, literally and figuratively, this man has sat there and is saving lives. But moving right along, guys, Street Fighter Ingrid. Now, we showed the teaser trailer for Ingrid, and Joe had to enlighten me because I did not know who this character was. But apparently, a lot of people hate this woman character. I shouldn't say woman. A lot of people hate this character. Well, because we got to do our due diligence, she has a gameplay trailer, and we do have to play it because we played everybody else's. So if you haven't seen it, here's Street Fighter's Ingrid's gameplay trailer.
What am I? I am many things. An extra-dimensional being, a peacekeeper, a guardian angel, a code holder. Call me what you wish. It's me, Ingrid! Greetings!
Round one. Fight.
Come forth! You're a millennia too young to beat me. Right on time. I bestow my power onto you. Ooh, not bad. You need an example? Here.
K.O.
Oh. Well, I can't say no to this. Off I go. I forgot.
Not over.
Better. You. Babysit this one for a while.
Come on.
That was a lot. That was a lot. That was Ingrid's gameplay trailer for Street Fighter 6. I believe, let's see. That's the year 3 passes that are now on sale. Of course, I guess she's a part of the group with Alex, with C Viper and Sagat. Sorry. So how can I be? Bama, you kind of beat me to it. If someone plays her, she'll be busted. I guess
she's very much meant not from Street Fighter 5.
I'm gonna be honest, because I was telling you, Joe, I've never heard of her. So it could be me because my Street Fighter lore is not that well versed, but I'm not gonna say nobody's gonna play as her main. This character, there's probably
like every time a new character in Street Fighter comes out, the lobby's going to be filled with them. It's why we have that running joke every time I stream and I run into an Akuma character. I fought them so much, I know what to do, and I have to teach that old man a lesson every time.
Of all the players, that's why I said this is a choice. This is a choice.
Are we going to cover that speculation, highly speculated leak?
I don't know if we should, just because I don't want to bring hope to where it probably isn't there.
This is true, because if we do cover it, that could lower, and it not be true, that just ruins our integrity in the grand scheme of things. It's going to be funny if it happens. I don't believe that for thing, but again, we got...
Bama, agree with you. Just ask Marvel Rivals players.
Yeah, the thing with Marvel Rivals is they'll get around to those people at some point. At this point, everything's on board. But I'm sure we'll find out what Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter Year 4 is going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Evo soon?
Evo is July. So we got, I want to say July.
It's either Summer Games Fest or Evo.
I think for Evo this year, I want to say it's July, but I'm wrong. June. So June 26th. Well, the main one in Vegas is the one I was thinking of. That's June 26th to 28th. So Evo Japan, I think, happens before that. But no.
So it'll either be Summer Games Fest or Evo. It'll show what Year 4 is.
Yeah, but what we're talking about, guys, because again, we didn't want to talk about it, but we also, like I said, we always want to make sure that we're giving you the most accurate news when it comes to the gaming world. And right now, there's a lot of gaming rumors out there. So what Joe is saying and what I'm saying, and again, take this. We're just gonna say it. We're not gonna show it. Also, Maximilian talked about this too, because him being a Final Fantasy head. Him being an insider, he has a lot more knowledge than both me and Joe have access to. What we're getting at is that someone is hinting very heavily that the next year of Street Fighter may include Tifa from Final Fantasy. Now, again, take
Japan
this
is next week.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Well, what we're saying is, whenever it comes to this, please take this with an abnormal amount of salt, because Square Enix has been very quiet about this. Capcom hasn't said a word about this. This is supposedly from somebody who is a leaker who claims to have inside information, and right now, nobody official is claiming it. So take that with a abnormal, unhealthy amount of salt, whether that's true or false. Because right now we're leaning on the fact that if Square Enix and Capcom haven't said anything, then it's not true. No matter, whoever it may be. I don't care how good of a leaker they are. If Capcom or Square Enix doesn't say anything, it's not true. What y'all think about Pragmata? I haven't played the demo, to be honest with you, Bama. Played the demo. I am still waiting to play my main. I'm still waiting to do my run because I want to stream it on my Twitch. So I haven't actually gotten to it as of yet. But I will let you know when I've actually started streaming it. Outside of that, I'm glad you brought that up because MightyKeef actually had something about that. And I got to play it because, well, it's kind of accurate.
MightyKeef. All right. What's our new thing? Let's devote 6 years of our life and bet on a completely new IP that has a completely different way you approach third-person shooting. Okay, but what would it be about? How about a dad simulator? Oh, like God of War, less brooding. Like Last of Us, less brooding. Okay, so then let's make the father figure a relatable individual going through trials and tribulations alone, when then he meets a daughter figure who is also alone, and they have to figure out which roles they play in each other's lives. Perfect. Now, what about the guns? I love being American. What if instead of just shooting, we provide a hacking minigame that forces the player to activate both sides of their brain? We'll make the shooting not too complex, and then each different node will be color-coded. So instead of overly focusing on either mechanic, they can focus on both and be in a flow state. Oh, this brother talking about the avatar. Let's make the story heartwarming so people can cry a little bit. Crying? That doesn't seem very masculine. Well, the real masculinity would be caring, protecting, and providing for those that count on you. All right, let's cry a little bit. I want diverse enemies around the area, like the whole time. Let's make the enemy artificial intelligence. We create what destroys us. I love this song. Killer robots, but what kind? They gotta look human. They gotta look like us. Symbolism. I love this song. But then you gotta make some that look like flying saucers. And then you gotta make some that look like samurais. And then you gotta make some that look like mitochondria. It's the powerhouse of the cell. But what about the boss battles? You ever seen Dune? Yeah, let's do that, but like on the moon. Let's make a virtual Times Square where we fight a mechanized big beetle spider hybrid. Hell, let's throw a robotic android scorpion with lasers on its tail in the forest. That sounds just wacky enough to be made from us. Every 5 seconds, I want the player to have to choose what upgrades they're going to do to the weapon, the mods, the suit, or the hacking abilities. What if we gave the player, 15 different weapons that all play completely different and have all distinct purposes so that the user doesn't just play one weapon, but cycles through a lot of... Reminds me of Horizon Zero Dawn or like Ratchet and Clank. It's almost like we're making a straight to the point, fun single player game. Like back in the PS3 and 360 era. Instead of chasing a trend with multiplayer games, more AAA studios should make games like this. More AAA studios should make games like this.
Or that's just crazy.
And he's right. I mean, funny aside from that, that is pragmatic to a T. Like I said before, Bama, I played the demo multiple times, loved it. I actually have the full game, just haven't actually did my run yet. And what do you say? I like the main character. The main character isn't a man with a broke past. Fair. I was gonna get that later, but that I was on my list. Yeah. So, I mean, Keef does have a point. That not everything has to be multiplayer. Sometimes a single narrative-driven single player game, which a lot of us do play, is really what we want. So I'm not knocking it. I like it. The fact that Keef just came out and said the quiet part out loud is still funny to me. But yeah, I completely agree with what he said. But yeah, Pragmata, I am definitely going to get to. I just haven't decided when I'm going to start. Hopefully it'll be this weekend, if not next weekend, because I definitely want to devote some time to it. But yeah, so far from what I've heard, Bama, Pragmata is widely accepted. There is a dark side to that, but we're going to keep it lighthearted on the show today because I'm not going to talk about the dark side of That's like the dark side of Twitter right now, so I'll leave that alone. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to try out Pragmata, highly recommend that you should. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But Joe, anything to add before we move forward?
No, not really. No, not really.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we also have the trailer for Devil May Cry Season 2, and it does have I got a lot of questions after this trailer, but I'm going to go ahead and play it and enjoy it because Netflix, you have something. But to repeat what MightyKeef said, yeah, AAA, we actually want to see more games like that. But the trailer for Devil May Cry Season 2 on Netflix.
Do you know why we are here, Dante? There have been some issues. You lost your mother, and now your brother suddenly back?
Virgil, what did Mundus do to you? He set me free. You're gonna
You and your brother both have roles to play in the coming Reformation.
Mr. Magic Man, been meaning to tell ya. You got a little something right here.
Ladies! The sons of Sparta, at last.
I hate to sound harsh, but this is the worst ventriloquist act I've ever seen. I can't even tell which of you is the hand and which is the asshole.
All right, so that was Netflix's Devil May Cry Season 2. As you can see, we'll be streaming on Netflix May 12th. I'm digging it because I do kind of see, we do actually get to let me try it again. So we do get to see Dante get those traditional guns, ebony and ivory, which again, love to see that. We are going to go ahead and see Mundus, which again was the main character out of the reboot and also the first game. Virgil is basically making his appearance. It looks like they are going to have some flashbacks to their family home. And of course, Lady's still a part of it. So it's a lot going on in this season, and I am looking forward to it. To be honest with you, Bama, the anime is actually pretty good. I like it. If you have not seen Devil May Cry on Netflix, season 1 is still on there. Definitely do check it out. I like it. So this makes me actually want to watch season 2 when it comes out May 12th. Outside of that, I got nothing. But Joe, what about you?
I mean, I'm still going to keep up with it because it looks fun. It's clearly its own continuity at this point, which I'm also okay with.
Yeah, because I saw some things from 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah,
Which I'm not against.
Well away from 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It never happened. It just goes 3, 1, 4, 5.
Yeah, we don't talk about 2. We just don't. But no, this is actually coming out May 12th. Some people are not happy about it. Happy about what, Bama? You gotta be a little bit more specific. But no, it looks great. As we said, this is coming out May the 12th. Of course, in Netflix grand fashion, they may release 2. Was that hard? No,
2 was just bad.
2 was like Joe said, 2 Devil May Cry 2. Now keep in mind, this is after the first one. After the first one, which again, the first Devil May Cry, wildly popular. Devil May Cry 2, for a 2-disc game, nobody talked about it. And if you played it, you pretty much forgot about it. It was that bad. And it was like night and day. I'll put it this way, Bama. Devil May Cry 2 and Devil May Cry the original was like night and day. And I mean that ever so succinctly. Some people are not happy about Devil May Cry anime. The one done by Madhouse, which was 8 episodes, I didn't think it was that bad. I actually liked that one. So that Devil May Cry, which was 8 episodes, I thought that was pretty good. That was, I mean, the anime was great because Madhouse was behind it. I had no issue with it, but I didn't hear a lot of negativity behind it, but I could be wrong about that. But no, with this one being on Netflix, it just looks like it's a solid hit. Especially for the simple fact of the matter is just Dante and Virgil fighting. And let's be honest, whoever, you got plenty of lore and screenshots from Devil May Cry's previous games when they all fought. All you got to do, copy and paste, or at least, amp it up. Either way, you're good. But also moving right along, guys, the last game trailer that we do have, again, I loved it because if you have DMC Netflix. Oh yeah, if some people, I mean, let's be honest, man. There's gonna be some people that like something and some people that don't. I didn't see any problems with it on Netflix, but again, to each their own. But Assassin's Creed's Black Flag. This was actually announced yesterday. Announced by Ubisoft because Ubisoft needs wins right now. But the fact that everybody kept saying that we want a Black Flag remake, although technically outside of that one, that's the more widely popular one behind Rogue. Just yesterday, they did actually announce the remake. This is basically being called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. If you haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Okay, and that's the teaser trailer because there is a longer trailer, about 30 minutes, that is available on YouTube. Highly recommend that you watch it because it does, for all those who are wondering, yes, Matt Ryan does come back to voice Kenway in Black Flag Resynced. As you can see, comes out July the 9th. I am definitely getting this because, again, from what they said, it is a complete revamp of what's going on. And look who popped up. Hey, Kira. Fresh off her gameplay of Mouse. How'd you like it?
It is fun. I was deceived. I really thought that I didn't think it was a first-person shooter. And I am, as you could probably see, I am terrible at first-person shooters. I start to panic, and then my sensitivity is not the best. I overcorrect, so I have to learn how to figure that out. But it was fun. I'm going to play again. I'm going to continue onward and upward, as they were.
Nice. Well, nice. No, yeah, definitely check out Kira. She was actually streaming before we started because I did watch a little bit of her gameplay on Mouse, and I was like, shoot first, fist later. Because trust me, you're going to definitely need that. We actually just finished watching Assassin's Creed's Black Flags Resynced. This is a completely remade Assassin's Creed. They did. It's no longer an RPG. It's actually a straightforward narrative-driven play. They did the tailoring missions, which again a lot of people complained about because it was an auto fail. Those have been retailored. The actual gameplay itself has been revamped. You actually have a crouch and parry motion now. I'm trying to think of everything they talked about in the 30 minutes. Outside of that, it does have a brand new story with other characters. So it's actually they did the Mass Effect thing where they went back and revamped the ending. So this one actually has a new ending, new story, and potentially a new DLC down the line. All of that does come out July 9th. And again, Matt Ryan, Mr. Constantine himself, will be voicing Kenway on this. Again, if you've seen Black Flag, chances are you know one good she shanty or not, because I'll be singing "Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her" in the middle of the hallway doing laundry, but that's just me. But Kira, have you ever tried Black Flag, or at least gave it a shot?
No, I actually need to pick up Assassin's Creed again. I was supposed to be playing all the way through all of the games, and I think I'm on Assassin's Creed 3 now. If I remember where I picked up. If not, I'm like halfway through or close to the end of 2.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Joe, what's your thoughts on Black Flag, sir? As far as Ubisoft taking a second shot at it.
If it's not One Piece, I really don't care about pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean completely killed all of that certain genre. So, yeah, don't care. Also, because of Ubisoft's horrible boat mechanics in other games, I've just completely divested myself from that.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, they said that they've actually made a lot of adjustments. For one, I can't say anything. I was addicted to the sea battles. I went ahead and took the ones that sat there and had the 3 pirate skulls and said, "Yeah, I can do it with just 1 cannon," and was found humble.
Oh,
I eventually did beat it. It took about 60 tries, but 60 tries.
My seas are in the skies or in the stars, not on the ocean.
Fair enough, sir. But again, July 9th is when it comes out. And yes, Bama, that does kind of go into the news. We said that, Game Pass Ultimate is down $22.99. I will say this because I said it best. I don't trust the AI lady. What I mean by that is the new boss of Xbox. She did come from the co-pilot for Microsoft, which is the AI program. She actually took over to where, honestly, Sarah, I forgot her last name that fast, who was supposed to be the president of Xbox, but because of internal issues, she actually had to resign. But now we get the AI lady, who again sat there and basically needs some wins, and did say that yes, pretty much that Game Pass Ultimate will drop from $29.99 to $22.99 a month, and that PC Game Pass will also drop from $16.49 to $13.99 a month. Again, I say this with all the love in the world, because we are already tired of subscriptions, because every subscription, whether it's streaming, whether it's video games out there, they're all increasing in pricing. And now it just feels like Xbox is trying to say, please don't leave, but
you're giving them too much credit. It's cheaper for them to take a loss and get thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people to sign back up so they can actually mine your data and gameplay for their more than probable AI centered content in the future.
Oh, I completely agree. Oh, I'm trying to be nice. I mean, you are right. I'm trying to be nice and really not saying
for that. What? They're not being for $23.99. I'm not being nice to nobody. Absolutely not.
No, completely fine. Because I sat there and said I don't trust the AI lady, because you guys have basically been brought in to turn Xbox basically into Luna. And if you don't know what Luna is, then there is a reason for it, because broadband gaming didn't really take off the way they thought it would by just having a controller, a TV, and internet connection. Well, that's what they're trying to do with Xbox, because as you can see, they're not making, or they're getting away from physical media. Everything is digital or streaming. So that alone tells you where they're going as far as Xbox goes. Now, I know I hate to say it, because some fact of the matter is there are some Xbox games I'm looking forward to. Gears of War E-Day being one of them, and you guys better give a physical copy for that. I'm just saying, for Gears of War E-Day, there better be a physical copy. But again, dropping the price by $7, I can see some people might go for it, but I think for a lot of people, they're just not. I think
I'll give you one good reason why. You're not getting Call of Duty anymore, so that takes 50% of your Microsoft audience, because as usual, if you don't have a good first-person shooter game, you don't have an Xbox.
That is true. And yes, to answer also that question, Call of Duty will be removed. Now, to actually clear up some confusion, current Call of Duty titles are still available for Ultimate for now. So if you do actually, because a lot of people are like, well, that just means what's not. No, if you already have Call of Duty installed on your Xbox, you have access to play it until you uninstall it. Now, once you uninstall it, that's on you. Yeah, because I'm sorry, once you uninstall it, because for those that have it, because I gave up on Call of Duty after Black Ops 6, but if you have it, good for you. Don't uninstall it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But no, we can only go so far with Xbox, and I'm sorry, AI lady, just because you dropped it $7 does not make me smile. Although this is gonna make some people smile, I guess, for the Stranger Things crowd, because apparently we can't seem to let that go. McDonald's, outside of their K-pop Demon Hunters, because that's still a thing apparently, because last time I went to McDonald's, there's a Saja Boys Happy Meal and a Hunter's Happy Meal. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Stranger Things Tales from 85 and McDonald's are going to team up for a Happy Meal. So I guess if you're a fan of Stranger Things or you're really a hardcore fan, eventually, which will actually happen on May 5th, they will actually start rolling out with a Happy Meal. They get you a collectible toy, a Stranger Things activity book, and of course, food that might be highly questionable, and also a QR code that lets you save Hawkins and McDonald's from the upside down. I understand that this is probably going forward with the Stranger Things Tales from 85 animation that Netflix is coming out with.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kira, go ahead.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
We're beating a dead horse.
Oh, the horse is, we're whipping glue at this point.
Yeah, we really are.
Jesus.
I'm going to be honest, because I can only see collectors and scalpers are going to go for this.
I'm going to ask one simple thing.
Shoot.
Does it come with any Egos?
You know, it does not say.
If it doesn't, then there's no purpose to this.
Now, see, if they were smart, and they're not, they would figure out a way to make Eggo fries and have this be a breakfast meal too.
You ain't taking that away from the Saja Boys. I don't know what you're thinking, girl.
No.
Saja Boys has that spicy sausage McMuffin. I'm like, they just threw Tabasco on that. I'm not knocking it if that's your thing. Again, this is marketing, but I also say this is beating a dead horse, because Stranger Things, no matter whether you like the ending or not, it happened. The fact that they are still going with Stranger Things Tales from 85, it just feels like me and Kira said, at this point, you are just whipping up the glue. And at this point, you're trying to make paste that ain't just working. What did Bama say? I only trust the chicken nuggets and quarter pounder, otherwise I eat Burger King. You trust McDonald's chicken nuggets? Oh, okay.
Even though they have been proven to not be chicken and made of pink slurry?
If that's his choice. And Shadow says Eggo fries. I don't see, because if you do Eggo fries, and I'm not saying, because again, I am not a chef by any means. However, if you are doing Eggo fries for Stranger Things, it would make sense. Just because of Eleven's love for Eggos, and I just think that's a missed opportunity right there. But hey, if you're for it, you're for it. But I'm just saying this is definitely beating a dead horse that went out to the Blue Factory a long ass time ago.
Well,
but
it's about getting asses in seats. You get kids to show up like they used to in the morning to pick up breakfast meals from McDonald's, screaming, crying, and yelling before they go to school. Can I get this at the drive-thru? This would help. However, what do I know?
I'm just of all the things. What'd you say? Man, a new Waffle House would have been better. Waffle House fries. Or French, I know Waffle House had fries. Waffle House has a lot of things: hash browns, waffles, burgers, and questionable patty melts. But you gotta explain that. You gotta explain that one, Bama. But yeah, that's again. If you're a Stranger Things fan, I don't know how much of a fan you are. I guess if you're that dedicated. Or if you're a scalper, I guess you need something else after y'all done got kicked out of every place for trying to get Pokemon cards. But The Last of Us, because again, why not? We know two things. Troy Baker, who has voiced Joel in the Naughty Dog's version of The Last of Us, believes that we are getting a third game. Now, for all those that are scratching your heads, technically, how The Last of Us Part 2 ended could actually lead to a third game. It could. And there's the man that came back from the movie. Say it, Tafara. So we're just getting into The Last of Us to where the actor for Joel says that he believes that Naughty Dog will come out for a third game. Although with the way The Last of Us Part 2 ended, it's possible, but I'm only saying because I'm pretty sure Ellie's story is kind of wrapped up, which leads you to Abby. But again, Abby's story also is wrapped up. So not sure where 3 is going to go.
I mean, she's gonna go find new Fireflies, but you also gave Abby like the worst setup in the history of gaming ever. So I don't think anybody wants to play a whole game as her. Like we didn't know we were gonna be playing her in the second game. Y'all managed to hide an entire whole character and then try to make us feel bad for her friends who none of us liked the entire time we were stuck with them.
That part. Also, the show The Last of Us. They said Neil, the franchise creator, Neil Druckmann, said that outside of a third game getting made, we could possibly see Joel in the next season. Now, spoiler alerts, if you have not seen the second season of Last of Us, we all knew it was coming because we all played the game. We all knew that ending was coming with the golf club. So, technically Joel is kind of dead. So with the third season of Last of Us coming up, I mean,
he's not dead yet.
I mean,
he's only half dead.
He's only half dead. So I mean,
I feel happy.
Troy. There'll be more from my character, Naughty Dog. I say he did.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. But I'm just gonna throw this to y'all. Outside those two pieces of news, do we really need a third game for The Last of Us? And with Joel, does that make you still want to watch The Last of Us, or are you just like, bleh?
If you want to give me 20 years of Joel, Tommy, and Tess and their shenanigans, because Joel is a seasoned survivor. The next time we see him after he loses his daughter, like even when they're driving through that town and the guy's faking being hurt to set them up, and he's like, yeah, he's lying, and Ellie's like, how do you know? He's like, I've done this plenty of times to other people. Like, if you want to give me that, like, post-apocalypse, how him and his brother and his homegirl survived for 2 decades, fine. Just don't. Okay. Y'all hit me with the worst fucking bait and switch in all of gaming, and it pissed off your own team so bad somebody decided to leak it. So.
Kira, what say you?
I don't want a whole game that's based on pre Mushroom Cloud. But I'd like them to find a way to do a respectful, like, decent tie-in. Like maybe have another offshoot story, not the way that y'all did the shit the first goddamn time, but do it so to show people that we do have tact, we do know how to treat y'all right. I know we had a bait and switch before, but you're gonna like the way that this one actually pans out.
Okay. Joe?
Go
ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't cut y'all.
No. I had it anyway. I'd like a new character. I'd like there to be a way for Lord, not Abby. Oh my God! Now all I have is Abby in my head. Ellie. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Have a way to give Ellie a little bit of light. Losing 2 fucking fingers, so you have absolutely no fucking joy. Your entire
that was absolutely that was fucking stupid too. Like, just not even from a Ellie standpoint, just from a writing standpoint. Even if you're immune, why are we sticking our hands in people's mouths in the apocalypse where the entire rule is don't get bit? Why are you sticking your fingers in anyone's mouth? And then if you're gonna drown someone, just choke them like a normal person. Why are we
drama? I'd like something to make up for all of that. If they can figure out a clean way, I'll forgive a couple of stumbles along the way, but if they can figure out a way to make this a cleaner ending, or like pull out all the stops and make this the saddest fucking ending, but with purpose, I would accept that.
All right, Joe.
Why not do it one where it's Tessa's story?
That's what I'm saying. Like a tie-in,
that's what Tavares was saying.
Like a tie-in, like because literally the outbreak is the first day we meet these characters, and then we skip 2 whole decades, and Joel has lived a life, so we don't even know how long him, Tommy, and Tess, or him and Tess have been in that current facility, which they clearly sneak out of all the time.
Yeah.
Tommy, who's at like the power plant for that facility or one of the Fedra locations. So, I mean, we could literally see the rise of Fedra, Joel, whatever Joel is doing to survive during that time. Because, you know, we pick up on a grieving man who's now, we could literally end on like Ellie's birth or something, or end on Abby and Ellie and the discovery of the new Fireflies, or how the Fireflies came to be.
Yeah.
Something that kind of foreshadows stuff that happens in the future and why certain characters are the way they are. Because Joel has, I mean, the show kind of did a good job. Joel has set people up and robbed them in the past, but he also says, I'm not the snitch, and I ain't protecting the snitch either, because we had a whole system of those, which set up the brothers story.
Yeah. Mama, we gonna get that momentarily for season 2. So bear with us. We're gonna get that.
Bama, are you watching season 2, Bama? We're on 4.
Yeah, because
it's been a night with Bama already. Trust me. So back to the other thing I was gonna say. Also, at this point, I think we're just not in the same space we were to watch sad dad stuff or play sad dad games anymore. Like, we've moved beyond that by now.
Yeah.
So just
I don't know about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like, if we are getting Joel back, it makes more sense to do that. Do that like prequel thing and explore that. But like, I'm so sick of sad parent video gaming at this point. Like, I'm just so tired of it. The genre is not played out, but at this point, like, I don't need sad parent stuff anymore. I just don't.
And that's why I'm like, it's good to get it testing, but that is still kind of in the sad parent realm.
We don't know much about
thing is, if it gets too sad, Tess can just walk away from Joel.
and the thing is, the way that I'm blanking on the what was it? Not Bill. Nick Offerman. Was it Bill?
Yeah, Bill's the character.
Nick Offerman's character.
Yeah, that's Bill.
To what he described of how he talked about Joel and Tess, because remember, he's been friends with them for years too, with him and his partner, and he kind of described Tess as kind of like what kept Joel grounded all these years, and potentially what kept him from being the wild boy he was after him and Tommy were just on their own. Yeah, because Tommy got married post mushroom breakout. So if you want to give me not sad, but hey, 2 brothers that will do what they need to keep each other alive, coming to an understanding that, hey, it's us or them, as they both have nothing left to lose but each other. It doesn't have to be sad, but hey, it's kill or be killed, until maybe they're just like, we found the Fedra station, we'll take civilization, and maybe show, because they kind of hinted that him and Tess kind of had a thing, but they're both understanding that, hey, it could be any one of us tomorrow, so let's not get. But Bill kind of saw through that in the way he talked, especially in the show, because when he left him the letter, it was like, yeah, Tess will like this wine or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I think you could kind of show the friendship between the 3 of them and the bond that the 2 of them had, and potentially more of her backstory of what led to her becoming the person she was.
Or it's a giant swerve, and game 3 will be how Uncharted connects to Last of Us, because Uncharted 4 is technically in the same universe as Last of Us, because you do see the newspaper and radio stations when the little girls doing something talking about mass outbreak in the North America.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be against it because that would kind of that
Sarah
would.
had never noticed that before from the expression.
I've never played Uncharted.
I just finished the third one.
You know what?
I need to play the fourth one because they're like, yeah, we're done after 3. And like, you know what? Let's squeeze one more out. Y'all love this series enough.
I will say it like this, Karen. You definitely need to play Uncharted.
You need to do Thief's Legacy, I think, before 4.
Yeah.
It's what is it? Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, Drake's Fortune, Drake's
Deception,
and then Drake's Legacy, and then Thief's End. I finished the first 3, and then I realized I have the 4th one free. But yeah, and thankfully they're already.
It's the Zoe and the Black Mercenary girl before 4, I think.
It's okay because it was a combo that I got for free with those.
So that was the additional game. Yeah, that's the additional game that came with Thief's End.
Okay, so
I don't remember if it happens before or after. You may just have to Google to see if Thief's Legacy is before or after.
I just know that like I know at the end of 4 they're coincidentally already living on like a remote island to find peace. I'm like, at least they're safe from the outbreak already.
Yes, Infamous was also a Naughty Dog game, Bama.
So
but no, I'm all for that, Kira. I cannot tell you enough about Uncharted just because again it's a fun game and I think you would like it just for the story and puzzles.
You know what? I'm lying. I played one game because it's coming back to me now. I remember being in the forest. I think that's where I stopped because I got confused or like turned around with one of the puzzles and then I just checked out because something shiny caught my eye.
You're playing the first one.
It wasn't a bad game. I just
beat a game.
No, because that's how
like the jungle or something like not like a forest, more like a jungle.
That might have been the
first one was.
That was the first one.
Yeah, because I know exactly what she's talking about. That's why I was like, some people did get confused around one point in the game, and that's actually one of the glitch spots. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
No, you're not. But no, I'm not against it. Again, if they could find a way to make it work, cool. I can't say anything about Sad Dad games because I got Pragmata on deck right now. Said technically
Pragmata's not a Sad Dad game.
It's not a but some people are trying to call it that. They're trying to call it actually they call it Dad Simulator, which
it's Dad Simulator, but it's not Sad Dad Simulator.
Don't know. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played enough to actually get the full story yet, so I can't say yes. I can't say how it goes. It's not like Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2 on the beach is definitely Sad Dad.
Death Stranding is the Futurama meme of you are your own grandpa. Let's be clear on that.
I feel like Death Stranding came out the second one and like no one talked about it. I feel like I feel like a lot of people played it and it did well, but like there was no discussion. Same thing with what was the one after Tears of the Kingdom. I saw people doing more Lego building than playing the story.
Because Death Stranding 2 on the beach it's just more of the first one, and that's pretty much it.
But then they broke out
the Simpsons album.
It turned into Afro Samurai at some point into there, didn't it? Like people came out with like metal, like techno samurai blades, and I'm like, what game is this? I thought
also crossover with a very popular Japanese VTuber at some point.
Yeah.
And now we have the Tales of Pragmata, aka the story of Maria Robotnik.
Yeah. Which
speaking of, that's a comic book we're going to be looking at later.
Yeah,
nice.
But no, it's like I said, worth playing. I have no idea about Pragmata at this point. So, like I said, until I play it,
what the hell were they talking about?
No, I know about the Sonic. I know about the Sonic, like the Sonic comic, but I know about it was the Maria Robotnik thing that caught me. I was like,
you could be like Bama. You could be lost in space right now because he went from Japanese to English and back. But no. But either way, it seems like it's going to be good. Just need to see what they're going to come up with. I was going to say Tafara, since you're back, sir. What'd you think of the movie?
Hey man, give Coleman Domingo an award because. That man played the perfect villain in Joe Jackson. Jesus, like he did a good job just depicting just a evil dad with somewhat good intentions. Also, I got the black.
Was he better than the television movie Dad?
Yes, just off of how much people groaned in the theater every time he was on screen and every time he spoke or breathed. Yes, Coleman Domingo has got it, man. Like he can play whoever. It made me uncomfortable to some extent.
Dang.
Yeah, but Jafar did great. Forgot Nia Long was playing the mom.
Yeah, she's playing Catherine. Yeah.
Couple people are in there that I'm just like, I feel glad. I recognize these people. Dion Cole's in there a little bit. I'm blanking on her name, but the girl who played Liz, Spider-Man's crush in Homecoming, is in there.
I know what you're talking about.
And then what's his name from Issa's final boyfriend from Insecure is Quincy Jones. Light-skinned dude with the bipolar disorder.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
I couldn't either. The second he spoke, I was like, oh, everybody's getting to come up on this film. Bravo.
Even better than Washington from Welcome Back. Wow.
Look, it's all better than Flex Washington. That's all that's important.
That's a hell of a curve there, Bama.
If you can, it's a great film. If you don't want to sing along, go during the daytime. I don't know what to tell you. My theater, between being in the expensive theater and the Michael Jackson fans, the seat was just constantly vibrating for 2 hours. Like people's drinks were falling off their chairs. Like it was.
I was about to ask like how the sing-alongs go because I'm pretty sure
I definitely got the black theater experience. Like it was like you could hear some people trying to restrain themselves and they just couldn't help it. Like, and some people were getting upset. Like, why is everybody talking? I'm like, do you know where we're at and like whose film we're in? And it's like Friday night. What did you did this to yourself if you thought you were going to get a silent viewing of this movie?
Nice.
Like, as many shiny gloves walked in here. Like, what did you expect? What did you think was going to happen? Especially when they do like the concert clips. They do enough to make it feel like a real Michael Jackson concert. Everything from like the Jackson 5 stuff when they were kids to when they are grown adults, and then kind of showing their dynamic. They do a good job of kind of showing how Michael developed his like insecurities and his personal issues and just the kind-hearted natures of a lot of the stuff that they tried to twist to make evil. So, you know, I think he did. I would say the boy did his uncle proud. So if you get a chance to go see it, it's definitely worth a watch.
All right, cool. I know. I definitely want to go see it. So that's definitely going to be interesting. So the other news that we do have, because again, WrestleMania did pass. However you felt about night 1 and night 2. What usually happens is it's usually called Black Monday, but apparently it's Black Friday. What means is that there's going to be a lot of releases that do happen. And we got a list to go through them rather quickly. Kari Sane, Aleister Black, Selena, Uncle Howdy, also known as Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Motor City Machine Guns, Dexter Loomis, Apollo Crews, Wowen, Joe Gacy, Andre Chase, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Tyra May Steele, Serena Linton, Tyson, Tyreek, Chris Island, Malik Blade, Trill London, Lucas Crucifino. And the reason why this picture down here is relevant because everyone that's pretty much in this picture was also known as the faction of Wyatt Six are all now free agents along with everybody else there. There is no other way else we can say this, guys. Unfortunately, this is the nature of WWE, that they do have to look at their budgeting and, of course, their rosters. So wrestlers getting released is nothing new. However, the fact that the Wyatt Six hasn't really been seen and they got a major push last year says a lot. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, which I'm still surprised about, that got released. But again, they didn't get a lot of showings. Motor City Machine Guns, Nostalgia Pop. They're going to probably find themselves back in TNA. Kairi Sane was a shocker, but she actually may go back to New Japan or Stardom. But outside of that, yeah, it's unfortunately the sign of the times if you are a wrestler. And
I am
like
not too surprised they released Apollo Crews because now they have Obafemi.
Yeah, although shout out to Obafemi because that man definitely did get the push of a lifetime. Feel bad for Cruz because, again, he was one of those guys that could have been a great mid-carder. It just, again, Triple H.
He had no good gimmick. Like, he came as, like, good guy version of Bobby Lashley, and then they made him the Nigerian Prince.
I blame Michael
the
Hayes.
Nigerian General, and then Obafemi came in, and it was like, who are you?
I blame Michael Hayes for that one because he's usually the one that helps with the gimmicks. But Obafemi, let's just be honest. The guy came out like M'Baku and had the size and had the build and had the right push. It makes sense. I will say that.
He had fucking Akuma beads every single time.
Yeah, but it works. Wait, what are you gonna say, Kira? You got
that's what I was gonna say. If he came at me with a raging demon, unlike every other person Akuma's ever done it to, I would be dead.
What are you gonna say, Kira?
Are there pictures
of Obafemi?
Yes.
Hang on, I will.
No, you don't have to. You don't. I can.
Nope, it's too late. You started this.
Because she got real curious, and I said, "Okay, I can help. I can help."
I mean, if you wanted to inspire me to start watching wrestling more consistently, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's you can do the video of his entrance.
Could.
If I did that, WWE would be on our ass.
That is a probable likelihood.
That's Obafemi.
Well,
not if you need just show the entry thing. It's not like we haven't already been copywritten.
Yep, Kira can find that on her own. I have danced that copyright dance enough this week. But no, Kira, that's what he looks like. That's Obafemi.
He looks like a fine young man.
He's also from Tennessee, which I'm surprised about because I didn't realize. I was like, oh, this dude actually was at MTSU and actually played at University of Alabama. So roll tide on that. But no, he definitely did get the push there on that one. Again, with wrestling, it's the sign of the times. There's nothing else we can say more about that outside of the fact, like what me and Joe were saying. Some of these people are going to pop up on AEW. Some of them are going to pop up somewhere else. It's just, sign of the times, and of course, Triple H can't book black wrestlers.
WrestleMania itself was a C+ to a B- at best.
And also, can't or won't?
Can't.
Okay.
Also won't.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't and also won't. Don't. And I say this because I say this, and then I'm going to ask some questions before we go into our television reviews. Because there have been a lot of black wrestlers. Currently, they're there. Montez Ford, which is one of them, because Bianca Belair is pregnant, which, again, that's the reason why she's been out so long. Jade Cargill is another one, because, again, they don't know how to book her as well, and she's a fine specimen. And they just let go a few more, which, again, will probably wind up being somewhere else. It's just that management, they don't want another Rock situation, because when you had The Rock was one of the more popular ones, the Attitude Era. He was actually way more over than Stone Cold. The problem was The Rock went Hollywood. When The Rock went Hollywood, there was a vast opening. You didn't have anybody to replace The Rock after that so you tried to put people in that you think could work, and they didn't work. They all fizzled out. So what have they decided? We are not going to push another black superstar for a while, because every time they get popular, they disappear. That's the way they feel. At least that's my interpretation of it. But I also said Triple H doesn't like booking black people. So I stand on that. But I was also going to point out, because I know
you also had the opposite end of the spectrum. You also had Ahmed Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson was an effing idiot, and I will stand on that. He was an effing idiot that deserved to get...
time period, you had two sides of the spectrum. You had The Rock, or you had Ahmed Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson deserved to get stomped out, though, but that's another story that I'm not going to go into.
Probably would have done great, but he can't be there during tax season, because his second job was a certified public accountant.
That is true, although it paid more apparently. But what I wanted to ask you, Kira and Tafara, since you guys are here with us before we go into television. We did actually show Clayface and Coyote ACME trailers earlier in the show. Really quickly, y'all guys' opinions on both of those. With Clay, I know because we saw Clay. Well, I'm sorry, me and Tafara saw Clayface on Blurred's Eye View. Kira, I know you saw it in your own time, and I know you also saw Coyote versus ACME. So, what are y'all guys' thoughts on those two trailers?
Clayface creeped me the fuck out. I didn't expect it to. I don't know. I don't know isn't because I think it'll be bad. It's I don't know if I want to be that grossed out. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to. I don't know.
It is visual. I did say it's visual horror and the whole face on, face off thing, which I was like, I like that. That works.
The work is great. The work is absolutely great. The visual effects, I don't know. I don't know. It's creepy as shit. I might have to see more of a trailer to make my final decision. There's a lot of body horror that's going to be coming out in the next couple of years, and I think I need to shore myself up.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I said the same thing about Clayface. I said I'm not really a horror person. I know our griot of horror and Geek by Heart is probably screaming her head off wherever she may be about Clayface. I said to myself, it's probably the first time in a long time I will probably go see a horror movie in the theaters, just because this one is more intriguing than it is scary. Yeah. But what say you, Tafari, about Clayface?
Clayface, I'm curious to see how and why we're doing a out of order story and what the plan is behind that and what it sets up. I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, our end credit scene is him in that house in Creature Commando, slowly putting himself back together. I'm curious to see. I don't think we'll get Batman. I would not be shocked to see us get the Rogues Gallery set up, since we do have an active Bruce in the, at least in the Superman era already. We just haven't seen him yet, at least not physically. I'm also curious to see what the tale is here. Is he getting revenge on the people that scarred his face? He's in ties with the mob, shady business.
It's everything. I think they're sticking to his animated series origin. They're sticking to that, so it's going to be a lot of. I was, the film industry fucked me over. Then the people that claim they could fix me fucked me over, and also unrequited love. It's all of that.
See, that's what it seems like, because I know the animated series kind of merged, I think, like 2.5 of the Clayface stories together. And in this one, it's real quick, but you see he's getting injected with a lot of crazy random stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if death, betrayal, I saw the famous clay mace getting slammed on somebody. So
and that's the thing, because like Kira said, they don't really give a lot in the teaser trailer. I kind of just want that to be the trailer itself. I really do. I want that to be the trailer until the actual movie shows up, because I fear what's going to wind up happening. You're going to give away your story before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad we're at least getting an October release day. Like, give me a day that actually a movie that's like horror based that falls around horror season. Like, so what if it spills over into Thanksgiving? Big whoop. But I'm excited. I'm curious to see what they're doing with this, especially because this will be following Man of Tomorrow. Oh no, this is
following Street Fighter.
Oh, this October. Never mind. I'm thinking of next year.
Because Street Fighter comes out the 16th. So it's literally a week after that.
That's a good month for both of those movies, though. Coyote vs. ACME, I'm all
in. Clay Fighter.
Oh, Joe.
It's better than Street Face.
No, you might want to repeat that joke, because how it sounded may not have been how you meant it.
Yeah, if you put Street Fighter the movie together and Clayface together, you get Clay Fighter.
Okay,
that's Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
It cuts.
I'll say we have Doomsday supposed to be the biggest one this year.
Yeah.
Which right now we have the battle for the IMAX screens, and I guess Disney folded because they made up a whole new format, which is going to be shown I don't know where. Right. Coyote vs. ACME, I'm just excited. I had no idea John Cena was going to be playing the bad guy. Again, Looney Tunes show is like my favorite iteration of the Looney Tunes. So seeing Foghorn Leghorn going corporate again is not foreign to me. So I also expect hilarity out of that. I like that it's the Roadrunner. Like, I think the Looney Tunes are dope, but it's every show right now is kind of just Eric Bauza talking to himself, because he does like all the characters now. So, which I'm just like, part of me is like, that's cool that he can do that, but almost like, damn, so you're just getting like 3 checks for like the price of one, or does nobody else get a chance? Does Warner Brothers say like we just want him? Like what are the logistics on that?
You would think so. Kira, what say you about Coyote versus Acme?
Never really been excited for the movie. I'm not going to hold you. I'm happy that the actors and the people that made it are, getting their work put out there. I'm not going to see this movie. Personally, Hannah.
Fair enough.
I mean, look, if it does well enough, maybe they save Batgirl from the vaults.
That shit ain't never making the light of fucking day. Because if it was, they would have that's the movie you put out, not Coyote versus Acme. No offense.
Well, I mean, they had to be sold the acquisition, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're like they tried and were told no. It's like you can take the cartoons instead.
I'll put it this way: if you were able to get Coyote versus Acme out of that vault, that leaves a little bit of hope that you can get Batgirl out of there. A little bit, maybe a minuscule, but a little bit.
That or unless somebody is so anal at Warner Brothers, they're just holding it hostage because I think. Yeah, it's just distribution. So like these last two movies, they just bought them outright, and then they have to make that money back. If they won't even sell them back, girl, after this, that's just somebody did something weird as far as that film was concerned, where they never wanted to. Or maybe they're right. Maybe it is so bad it should never be seen by human faces.
I would say you just gotta find a disgruntled Warner Bros. Employee that ain't getting paid enough, and instead of burning down a warehouse, just release the video.
Just don't do it from like a public library computer. Don't do it from your home address, you dummy. Because they said they arrested the guy who leaked Avatar. They never said they booked him. I don't think his kneecaps did not make it to the precinct.
Oh, he was on the. It's the same way as that guy who leaked GTA 6. He just disappeared one day, and we left it alone.
Same. They're sharing a cell right now. But yeah, I'm excited for the movie. Ketchup Entertainment actually follows me now, which is hilarious. But I'm glad there are people who care about these movies enough to want to put them out versus, which I low-key feel like if you make a movie and announce a movie and a tax write-off, I feel like everyone needs to be investigated. Like I feel like it's like it feels like a Ponzi scheme. I just can't prove it. Like especially because like you have union workers and lighting people and sound people and production people, and I don't know what the post kicks they get from that are. But like I know that like the more products that get released that you worked on that actually get put out, the more work you can get, the union work you can get. So yeah, the fact they wanted to bury this and the fact that the entire promo run is going to be taking digs at them for trying to do so, I'm here for it.
Yep. I will say this though, moving into television and movie and anime reviews, it's been a week. It has been a week, so I will start with you, Kira, with your shows. Because and feel free to go spoiler territory at this point. At this point, whatever was at the end of the series, they probably watched it by now. So your anime and TV reviews of the week, ma'am, if you don't mind.
Oh, are we doing like a point system, descriptions? Like, what are we getting into? What do you want?
All the above. Everything that you watched, everything that got your attention, or flat out just made you just stop watching. Oh, that hit something.
I wanted to love this show so much. We've got two more weeks worth of show, 4 more episodes to go. I am not enthralled with Darth Maul Shadow Lord.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to keep watching it with hope because hope springs eternal. But I'm not vibing with it. We are 6 episodes in. This past week was a step up. The week before definitely felt like filler to me. Felt like both of those episodes could have been just one 30-minute episode. The story of Maul is not being advanced, in my opinion. There's no depth. There's not a significant amount of depth to his story. Okay. I need to know how he managed to keep the Mandalorians that he has around him still. And not just out of some twisted sense of loyalty. That's bullshit. this new Jedi that he's trying to come over to the dark side, which isn't really the dark side because he's not a Sith Lord anymore. He's just a bad guy. Is kind of weird. The dude that's her Jedi Master, I want to punch in the face. I don't like him. I don't like his just comply fucking attitude. You lived through an entire, I know you're old. I know you're fucking old. You lived through an entire war. An entire war.
And all state commercials.
Stop. Dang. You lived through an entire war. And you learned nothing, and you're supposed to be this child's master, and she knows not to fuck with the ops off rip. That come, please go. Come go. Come go with that shit. And I'm trying to figure out the deal with the police. I don't know if he's the chief, sergeant, lieutenant, whatever the hell he is, detective. Him and the wife and the son, like how they all tie into this, why that dynamic is integral to the storyline. Because right now it's like kicking the ball up the field a little bit. There's nothing catastrophic that makes this. Nothing big is happening for me right now on Darth Maul.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair. I'm sorry.
No, that's a fair statement from what we've gotten so far.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got more of the families kind of defective dynamic than we had whatever Maul is dealing with.
Right. Other shows, Invincible, if everybody wants to get into that real quick.
Go for it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why?
So much PTSD we forgot to be mad. So much PTSD we forgot to be mad at Cecil.
Oh my god. Because you forgot to be mad at fucking Cecil. What the shit? And I'm mad at Debbie. I'm a little mad at Debbie because she gave this Nolan ain't shit. He still ain't shit. Fuck his crew and his whole set that he repped. I don't really enjoy the fact that they're kind of letting Nolan get a sliver of a toenail into that door crack that might be her heart and morality. Fuck that motherfucker. He killed what did he say?
2,136.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? With no fucking remorse. He don't even know their fucking names. He probably has a little bit of fucking brain matter still stuck in his hair after all these fucking years. He hasn't taken a shower. I haven't seen him take a shower once. Have you? I haven't. He still got all that shit. Just anyway. I am triggered. I'm triggered by the dynamic between Debbie and Nolan. However, Mark, baby, Cecil don't have any kind of a health plan, insurance coverage for you to go see somebody about that super fucking PTSD you got going on. Your girlfriend is dead in front of you. You can't tell reality from fiction in your head. There's a bolt loose in that, and that can go a lot more dangerous.
I call that the Teen Titans episode where Robin just couldn't get Deathstroke out his head.
But it's invincible. You understand? Like, I understand a little kid that can drive his entire fucking kneecaps into your chest, but it's invincible. That is severely problematic.
The thing is, though, he's not that much older. Mark still legally can't drink. Like, that's right. This all is happening between his 21st birthday and graduating high school. Like, this is so. This is hence why Cecil keeps talking to him. Like, hey, you're still like kind of a young person. Like, you're putting a lot on yourself, and you don't need to. And now that you've dealt with it, yes, please take the people so you don't end up like your dad or Snap or like Batman's sidekick we still haven't seen since the war. Because which his powers is what, the Shadow Realm of Demons? Like, I still don't fully get what that is.
It's weird. But no, it's just that the whole thing was that he saw Thrag behind every shadow until Thrag showed up, and he couldn't sit there the whole time. He's like, "Yes, it is me.
It's really me." And he's just, hey, like, he just kept punching. Like, can we fucking stop? Like, I think we're both tired. Can we just talk?
Thrag just sat there and gave the coldest line of just, you know what, we're here. We will sit there. We will literally assimilate into your society. You will not find us. If you try,
I would have snitched right to I would have snitched right to Cecil. You said the coalition of planets and everyone outside. You didn't mention the niggas here.
For what? Cecil for what?
I would need to. First off, you're not finna. There's 37 of y'all, and I got attacked by fucking squid people. Y'all niggas ain't finna sit on the couch. If I call and I got 30 walking tanks who want to live, suit up, bitch. I need a day off sometimes. But also, the sales pitch would have to be epic. Like, hey, in case y'all get sick or have to give Viltrum my birth, these are like the only people that can deal with it. So, shake it, literally, because like either y'all or y'all kids are going to tell on each other. So if there's a way for y'all to assimilate or have to do the Incredibles relocate and mind wipe, you're gonna need Cecil. Like at this point, you're accepting his help because you realize the same thing I've been saying. Is it overkill? Maybe. Is it unnecessary? No. He every single thing he's put in place is. Matter of fact, I would so show a good faith. Tell him where you buried Conquest. Go use what's left of that core. You can take Conquest muscle tissue and make something.
No way. There's no way.
I was waiting for the Viltrumite family feud with Lucan. Because if he didn't like Steve Harvey on juice, just with the whole mustache, I'm like, so we decided to make Steve Harvey a Viltrumite. Cool.
It's the fact that they posted Steve Harvey with Lucan's head on it on their YouTube channel with the Family Feud meme. And I'm like, okay, so they know. And then I'm glad it's Phil because it's just dad bod Green Lantern basically the entire show. What?
But that's the only way that I mean how they wrapped up Invincible. I'm not going. What are you gonna say?
No, I was going to talk about what is that child's name? Amber and her
that girl got thick.
Hey, listen, look. To borrow a phrase, yeetus that fucking fetus. I don't know if this motherfucker's coming back. Absolutely not.
I kind of wish she would have said that when they were crying, like. But he was like, I should have been here for you. And she was like, well, no, that's why I didn't tell you because you wouldn't have left. And then we'd probably be in deeper shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like they kind of understood. But that's the kind of the part I wish they would have fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah. A rooftop conversation, like all of that broken down into 5 minutes felt
a little fast.
But first. The curve. We can talk. We can cry later, but first the curves. Like Mark saw that. I was like, you know what? We can talk about everything later.
Mark decided. I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh Lord, the animators and fans are gonna have too much fun with this because I said thick Eve. I was like,
right. Okay, it's not. It wasn't just me. I'm like, girl, your face fell.
I will say.
How long did you wait? Because
she gains weight in the comics, but even then, she looks relatively the same.
Yeah.
But here I'm not gonna lie. There's some side shots of her that look like regular Eve, so it was kind of throwing me for a bit. But yeah, thick. I don't mind thick Eve. Like it's not a bad look. Like I get it. You at home eating with your parents every day.
Mark was way too happy to see Thick Eve. I was like, he thought that's the one time Thrag did not enter his mind on that part.
I'm like, hey, look, buddy, I understand. It's been 10 months on top of that. Y'all been gone almost. I don't know if they've been gone almost a year. Like
you got your guts rearranged, and it's Eve's turn.
Yep. Damn. But even then, she's like, I gained weight. I'm like, I'm like, why are we having this conversation afterwards? Clearly, that didn't stop him. Like, why are you bringing that up right now?
No, that's fair. But yeah, it was Invincible for what it is. It is setting up for its final season. I'm very, I think.
I mean, we're a little past halfway. I feel like we're gonna get maybe 3 or 4 more, especially we're doing this annually. And again, Mark, you could have saved yourself the headache. Just go ahead and like let them know. Do we have a truce? Look, nigga, I'm not the one you need to talk to. There's an old man with gray hair missing all of his face. Let's go have a chat because something's gonna pop up and threaten y'all eventually because this is Earth and something's gonna happen. And then when he finds out there's 40 of y'all, it's just gonna be like, why y'all ain't tell me how? And before, some guardian.
And the answer will be, what the fuck were you gonna do?
Right.
What were you gonna do? The toughest of the tough left to fight all of them. We blew up a whole planet. Mm-hmm. What is he going to do? You giving him too much credit.
I'm saying offer a mutually beneficial thing of you want to assimilate, fine. He's good with because you're a foreigner to this planet. You know nothing. Nolan hasn't told you anything except I abandoned my post.
That would require the utmost amount of respect for somebody that they do not need to. They don't need to respect him.
Oh, no, they don't need to. They don't need to respect each other. Just ceasefire, kind of like ceasefire. But Mark is the one who Mark negotiated the deal. But as far as the terms, and just so some poor Guardian doesn't go, oh, a Viltrumite, and just get fucking decapitated. And now we're having Dark Apocalypse War because people couldn't get along. Like it's all because we didn't share some information. And then I think we can just go ahead and skip the next part because. Look, man, even PTSD, we can throw full haymakers at Thrag, but we can't get this chick off of us, especially after choking out Conquest. The power scaling is all over the place. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they pulled a kick-ass. Like, if she gets there and it just doesn't work, and she's like, yeah, Earth doesn't work like that. You can't just force everything. Sorry. I'm also sad my girlfriend broke up with me. Like,
I would see that too, but I do gotta say also the boys, just because that's getting toward it's at its midpoint because we still got a couple more episodes to go. Again, Soldier Boy got feelings. Soldier Boy was a little bit emotional at the end. With old boy.
I'm curious who that was. That's clearly this episode was a setup for the prequel.
Yeah. So that's the thing about it, because that also, for all those that don't know, Gen V's next season did get canceled. Again, kind of saw that coming, especially with the fact of V rising, because that's pretty much going to tell about Soldier Boy and his group, again, with the beginning of Vought and Compound V, and that's a whole other thing. But no, with this, oh, you're going to say, Karen?
Wasn't the whole plan to have them basically get assimilated into the boys at some point anyway?
That's the idea
at the end of Gen V, and even we found the one Gen V character we've met so far. Even he left the school, so I'm like, is anyone even at the campus anymore that we care? Like, we're not even in college anymore. Like, I don't know why we're calling it.
Because that's what makes me think that what's happening with Gen V is that with the final episodes of the boys, they are eventually gonna. I guess it's not really a wrap up, but just pretty much compiling them in with the final season. Considering the fact that we're not getting a GV, so I think we're probably going to wind up seeing them, if not in the next episodes, at least the next 2 or 3 closer to the end. I would guess, just because we're not getting a Gen V. We're not getting another Gen V season, but we are getting a V Rising season. But Homelander, in fact, no, let me scratch that. Apparently enriched uranium can weaken them, which I thought was crazy because he's sitting there getting, barbecued. At the same time, he's like, I'm gonna get out of this. As Soldier Boy is just sitting there looking at this one guy, and Frenchie is really talking to him just to get him to attack this guy who apparently has the ability to influence people's anger because they all wanted to kill each other, which eventually did lead to the guy. Soldier Boy fried him, and then at the end of it all, Soldier Boy said, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm like, okay, like Tafara said, this must be leading into why is he apologizing to this guy? At the same time, they don't have the Compound V, the original one. Homelander's out and pissed. Soldier Boy is in his feelings. Starlight found her dad and then found out that she had a brother and then found out that people still hate her. Then she left Huey, only to come back to Huey, which tells me that Huey's probably going to wind up dying before the season's over with. Just because she's afraid that she's going to lose him. And I'm like, yeah, you went back to him. Huey's going to die. Either he's going to die at the end, stopping Butcher, or Butcher's going to go through him to kill Homelander. One of the two. But because Butcher at this point is like, look, if you're in my way, you just going to get harpooned, literally.
I don't know. I feel like it feels more like they'll kill Starlight because she's done a lot of closure in this season.
Yeah,
she's done a lot of things to bookend whatever it is that she's got going on.
So you think that she'll probably be the shield for Huey? Oh. She'll probably be Huey's shield.
Because what is the ultimate way to make it about yourself than to throw yourself in front of somebody to save their life?
That is true. What are you gonna say, Tafara?
I was gonna say it would be the way. Just they started with him losing one chick and end with him losing another, which. I mean, that would be the surprise twist is that nobody who is supposed to die dies, but the girl who isn't supposed to is the one that actually bites the big one. Mm-hmm. And then the nerve of her little brother, because it's like, hey, how are you going to call in her for being a Starlighter and you're wearing a fucking Chromacopia sweatshirt and Tyler, the Creator, is actively imprisoned in the boys' universe?
Right. This is also crazy too, but also
him and Chapel Roan sharing a cell.
I'm look. If I know I shouldn't, I'm going to bring this up, but David Diggs and his character. First off, wow. Second of all, that explains where the power comes from. I'm just going to leave it at that. I won't leave it at that. If you saw the scene, you know what I'm getting at. I'm leaving it at that.
Talk about a bottom.
Yeah.
But no.
Or Secret Service men who have to sit there and listen to it.
Right. But shout out to Black Noir finally getting annoyed. He's like, you screwed me, so I'm going to screw you, which tells me that the Deep is probably going to die by his hand. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think he's finally going to get fed up and kill him. Just because the Deep is like, well, I'm protected. No, you're not. You're only as protected as the day, because Black Noir's like, you do realize I have the same powers as Homelander, right? I could take you out if I wanted to. So again, that to me is like, okay, that's going to probably be another plot point they wrap up. But still, just overall, the body count is going to wind up going up.
I'll say it's been surprisingly tame so far for this final season. So I feel like we're going to get something crazy towards. They said episode 7 is going to be a bloodbath, which is the penultimate episode. Yeah, I'm curious to see what prequel we're getting and why, and what we're going to get in here that we don't already need from this show. What?
Ooh. I don't want them to kill her. I think Kimiko and Frenchie gotta go.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
I mean, they're already supposed to be gone.
I know.
Why
I don't want them to go. I don't like Frenchie. Frenchie's a dick. I like Kimiko and the fact that
I was kind of annoyed with the whole Frenchie Collins storyline as well. That shit was so unnecessary. It's like, I feel so guilty. I'm like, nigga, we've done so much other shit. Like, I get feeling guilty, but I don't fucking know this guy. Like, it's been 4 seasons. He just got here. Like, and we have done so much other heinous. Like, we didn't feel this bad about Victoria Newman or anyone else than we have. We didn't feel this bad for Maverick, whose dad died in season 1. But let's not forget for Colin. You just got here.
Let's not forget Frenchie wants to leave. He's like, I just want to be able to save Kimiko and I'm out. There is nothing for me here on this country.
Yeah, the breakup felt unnecessary. They both clearly want away from this life and this chaos. Like, hey, you saved us because of your terrible past. That's why we have to break up. It's like, woman, what? Huh? Like, we clearly don't want to do this forever. We both want to just go somewhere far. And then, if anything, this episode could have just been called Festivus because it was just an airing of grievances the entire show.
Man. Yeah, imagine that all you got is rage, but at the same time, that rage was like an AA meeting that gone horribly, horribly wrong. Just because everybody was airing out their stuff. Even Huey got a little bit brave on Butcher and sat there and said, "You don't care about us. You, as long as you get Homelander, you will go through us without blinking an eye." As Butcher and MM both stepped up and said, "And that was the MM was like," and Huey called MM out.
And what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing shooting fucking mother? I low key that pissed me off a little bit. It pissed me off a little bit that out of everybody that got shot, he had to be the one to get shot. Give Frenchie a 1-2. Like, leave Mother's Milk alone. That man don't do nothing wrong.
You saw what Mother's Milk did when he realized Kimiko was unhinged. It was just him. Yoink! He closed that door so fast.
Yeah, and then stressed her out so bad she lost her ability to talk. Then there's just that awkward ass car ride home.
And then just the Mambo number 5. That was an interesting song choice. But
I fully thought they did French. I thought Frenchie died this episode when the what was it when Soldier Boy did the blast. Because he was like right next to him, and I'm like, okay, we watched you decimate. I was like, this might be Frenchie's swan song. If he went out like this, I wouldn't be mad at it. But once I saw him get up, I was like, okay, so never mind. We do know how to aim that thing. Yeah. I'm curious because apparently they're saying like that might have been Soldier Boy's brother, or a friend of his potentially. Like,
It's a
That's a good
friend
question.
of his. He didn't.
I mean,
he
the
didn't
way
specify. He didn't specify.
Or maybe
didn't
at best, maybe like a stepbrother or something, because he was always talking about how he was the one that got chosen, or he was a rich boy. Da 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 da. So there isn't a direct link to them.
It's just the way he said. He said, I might have been a rich boy that didn't amount to nothing, but you were the soldier, but yet they picked me. I was like, yeah, this feels more like friendship that soured out. That's what it feels like to me.
Because apparently whoever that was, I think, was the actual soldier, and he bought his way into the program. Hence why he was like a sniveling coward. Apparently, when they strapped him to the table to even inject him with the V, and then it's also been questionable if he's ever seen real combat outside of the flashback. The flashback we saw with young Stan Edgar and all of them in the. Like outside of stuff like that, he's basically what they made Captain America like in the first movie. But he, I'm curious to see. I do kind of want to see more of it now. That was a decent setup, but curious to what becomes of him and Homelander now because the God complex into a son and father that can't kill each other.
That conversation they had about Stormfront. He's like, "Did you?" He goes, "Yeah," and then kind of had a little bit of strut to it, like, "Yeah, Dad, I had it too. What you gonna do?" And then for that one brief second, I want to point this out before we go to Daredevil. For that one brief second, where Homelander kind of talked major mess to Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy kind of looked at him was like, kind of respect a little bit, like you ain't such a sad sack of shit after all. it's just a look he gave, like, okay, all right.
Then I think it was also whoever he blasted at the end, like him dying after all that time, killing his whoever that was to him, on top of finding out that, especially coming from the era he's from, that Liberty took her own self out, and that's like two friends he lost in the span of an hour. So the fact that he's like, well, did you see a body? Like, he didn't want to believe that, one, that she was gone, one, that she would do it self-inflictedly.
That's why he was looking at him playing like, nah, she didn't take her own self out. It's like he kept looking at her like, you might have something to do with it, but no, you didn't take your own self out.
Yeah, so he's kind of in. I think we're dealing with a little bit of his disbelief with, some of your friends are actually gone, and people do it to themselves, or they become whatever the fucking Deco tree over here.
You become the monster. You become the monster you hate. The monster. You become. You actually. I'm not gonna quote the Batman line, but you eventually become the monster that you hate. But
dealing with his grief and disbelief, unless they really are setting up and she's like alive somewhere waiting on Marie to give her a turn, like which will be. It'll be interesting. Although Marie, she should go through everybody. But anyway, I mean, she can fix people, so she can. Like, I'm just hoping she, like, Stormfront isn't alive, waiting on her turn to get the Thomas Godolkin makeover. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised,
because that's the only reason they could keep her alive. Like, oh, did you see a body? I'm like, I'm just gonna say he's in disbelief that his friend would actually do that to herself. Versus that's a setup for her to still be around as like in the state she's in.
I thought about that. The actual stasis chamber is still in Homelander's room, and they actually don't show the front of it anymore. Oh, god dang, she still might be alive.
But I mean, remember, she did it to get away from him, so she would have to be hiding from someone who was willing to hide in the current state, hide her and everything about what they're doing from him. So he would have to, if she's alive, Homelander would have to be out the loop.
He'd have to be, but I think she is still alive. And she might be in a vegetable state, but I think she still might be alive.
Yeah, so if somebody has the chamber, it wouldn't be the one in his room. They'd have to have like a similar incubator or like what they had Thomas's burnt corpse in.
Well, that might explain where Mr. Marathon comes into play.
Which you think it'd be we're halfway through the show. You think that would have been done sooner.
Hey, it's Crypty. I will leave that alone. Crypty is surprising. I'll put it that way. Don't believe me? Look at Love Sausage. But Daredevil, Born Again. This episode was how can we put this ever nicely? Kingpin's lost it. Old boy who was a rat got ratted out and literally taken out.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I'm like, bro, you didn't see them red flags coming.
Your boss, your supervisor's being uber friendly to you.
He literally pulled a Godfather on him. We're going for a fucking ride. Scooch over and pinned him in between everybody. Like, dude, that is Godfather class moves. You was going down tonight.
Oh, the Fredo line. Oh, I thought Fredo line was right. I knew it was you, Fredo. I was like, oh dang.
No, even that, but that was like the penultimate. But the Godfather line was him getting in the van and scooching next to him so he couldn't get out. Yeah. My bad.
I wouldn't. I'm just like, I would have called this shit out immediately or try to. Some of y'all got to learn to lie, man. Damn. Hey, you dropped this. I'm like, cool. I don't want it back. I don't know what this shit's been or who scanned it. Or next thing you know, I tap it and they got all our shit. Like, fully commit to the bit. Do something. Oh yeah, I lost this card to our secret illegal base. Like,
although Mr. Gandolfini's son, you have to make a choice. It's either gonna be BB or you.
Well, I think BB made a decent choice for herself and didn't rat him out this weekend. Because also, why are you at this man's house? And what was with the almost kiss, man? Stop it! Like, what is this one-sided relationship? Like, I get she's playing him, but like,
I hate it.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
No,
I'm surprised Buck is giving this guy so many chances. He's like, I know who you're leaking it to. I am not stupid, but I am literally trying to give you the chance to save yourself before I gotta go dig 2 graves.
Also, why did you still have the SD card in your pocket, girl? That you've been home, days have passed. Why is it still in your pocket? That should have been the first glove compartment of the car. That should have been off in a sock immediately.
Yeah, should have been. At the same time, the fight with Kingpin, which again, I will give them credit to do the actual comic of Kingpin taking a knee from Daredevil. That whole setup was beautiful. But Matt, make a goddamn decision. Even Kingpin was like, just do it. He's like, he at this point, this man was done. And you just gave him the knee of a lifetime. And he's sitting there saying, go ahead. What you waiting for? He's like, I can't do it. And Kingpin's like, of course you won't. And this dance will keep continuing because I will do what I need to do. You won't do it. At the same time, what's it gonna take? He's like, well, if you leave the city, I'll leave the city. Kingpin starts laughing. he's like, man, at this point, you are not going to take me out. And that being the case, I might as well just go back to being mayor. Which pretty much also at the beginning of this, we did see Jessica Jones. Also, let me throw that out there as well. We did see Jessica Jones with her daughter as she takes out a group of people because apparently she was found out.
I was gonna say, Joe, enlighten me on the powers coming and going and whatever that's about, please. I need your.
That's actually a Spider-Man thing. When he gets sick, he sometimes loses his powers. Jessica, to my knowledge, never lost her powers during pregnancy.
Apparently,
the other thing I was super confused was. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like this. It's fucking annoying as a woman looking at the shit from the outside. They do this shit so fucking frequently. Mm-hmm. If God forbid you should ever get pregnant, everything is thrown into fucking chaos. You lose your powers. You don't know how to handle anything, cope or whatever the fuck it is. They did it with Sue Storm. They do it with oh my god.
They didn't do it with Jessica Drew. She kept her powers.
True.
One out of so many female characters.
But that's because so few female characters are allowed to get pregnant in comics.
But that's the That's what I'm saying. That's the punishment.
Garrett does got a point because didn't what's her face from the Flash when she got pregnant? All of a sudden, she got powers.
It's weird.
Yes, and they actually do explain that with Baby Wade because Baby Wade, she was the conduit for Baby Wade at that point.
Jean Grey.
Also Lois Lane getting superpowers and then losing them and then getting them back.
That's entirely different.
Well,
that had nothing to do with John.
Well, did Jean/Madeline get nerfed, or I feel like her psychic powers went into overdrive because of Cable?
Jean, standard continuity-wise, never had kids.
Well, Madeline prior.
Madeline had Nathan, and then Jean in Days of Future Past had Rachel.
Yep.
So standard Jean never had powers or never had kids.
Yeah.
But as far as Madeline's,
the thing that confused me. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Madeline's pregnancy though. She was like getting her powers were kind of on
no,
overdrive.
So Madeline didn't have powers until after she discovered she was a clone.
Okay.
Well, she had some stuff, but she wasn't letting on she had.
Right. I know 97, she kept trying to figure out where these visions are coming from, and it's like it's kind of baby Cable, what his powers kicking in and multiplying with Mom.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was very confused about is Danielle a speedster, because she had that flashbang for what seemed like forever.
I was like, hey, can we not with the kid, or like, are we gonna explode and she's fine? Like,
right.
I was waiting for that. Also, when Jessica was talking to Matt on the roof,
right,
and he said some people I know signed up with the other side. Is that implying Luke decided to join up with the AV?
Not the task force.
Not the task force. The other side.
So with the other side she's talking about is whoever Shaggy's working with and Val, whatever they have going on. That other side, because she mentioned his name, I think, or whatever fake name he's using. So I think she's talking about potentially Thunderbolt reserves or potentially heroes hunting other powered people or mutates. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it's Luke. I would not be shocked if we find out Trish has worked a deal to get out of the raft and work her way back in, since she is just blonde Jessica now.
Which one is Trish again? It's not. Oh, Patricia. So it is Hellcat.
Yeah, Hellcat.
Yeah, Hellcat. Although Jessica did sit there and say that Luke is overseas. So
did she? I missed her saying.
Yeah, I did not catch that. Like, I just must have missed it.
And then the nurse not being Claire. So then the nurse not being Claire was kind of disappointing. I've been waiting for her or Misty Knight to make a return.
We all wait for Misty Knight to come back because we're all asking that same question.
Just because, I mean, where's the good cop in all of this?
Between Misty Knight and Colleen Wing, we are waiting to see where those two are at.
Well, that one cop that's supposed to be the guy from Devil's Reign may flip, but like at this point, I do not give a shit if he flips or not, because they ruined that character entirely.
The guy who survived the grenade to the face?
Yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Who came back with like very light scarring. Like it just
no, the black cop that told the main bad cop what the hell when he shot the kid.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. That's the guy who killed. That's the guy who killed White Tiger and then got a knife through the hand with no nerve damage, and then just grenade fully exploding the department and just shows up to work the next day perfectly fine. I need a new job. Like
he's supposed to be a pivotal character in this story arc, and they have done shit all with this dude. And at this point, I don't care if he lives or dies because he's so underdeveloped. And not that he's the opposite of what he is in the book. That's fine. You want to take creative control with him. That's one thing. But that he's so underutilized in the primary story that he's supposed to be a part of, I don't care.
I mean, they are giving Powell all the plot armor because I'm like, I was waiting for Jessica to steal off on him, and then her power suddenly fade the second she punched. I'm like, either he's definitely not powered, but I'm just like, still, you have like muscles, don't you? You took a regular punch didn't phase him at all, like especially to the back of the head, which is like the most dangerous place to get hit. And he just kind of shrugged it off like it was nothing. And then when he killed the two-time cop, I'm like, bro, you just gonna sit there and let that happen? Like, I'm not gonna just sit here and watch you. I know it was you. I would have had I'm already arms ready. I would have shoot him in the toe, something. I'm not just gonna sit here and like under the chin.
Just sat there and watched it.
What got me
is the black for BB's friend to be outed as Fisk's illegitimate son at this point.
You know,
Wait,
that's the only reason he's probably lived thus far under Wilson.
I mean, that probably is only saving grace, but
the comic Buck is literally the kid that is playing the social media manager. He is Buck in the comic, and he is Kingpin's illegitimate son.
So not young Tony Soprano.
Yes, young Tony Soprano.
Okay, because I felt like they kind of gave Tony an homage this episode when she goes into his room and was talking about how proud your dad would be of you and why BB ended up not sending that text. Like, I felt like they were legit talking about his real dad, who I mean,
they probably were, but also
but also I thought his dad was dead or something, or
his dad's Kingpin.
They don't say.
Or he was raised, or he's a jacket and was raised thinking that was his dad. Because they talk about. I mean, you see the kid pictures of him and his dad. It's like he'd be so, and the mom is like, which also, BB, why are we at this man's house? Like, what? Clearly he's suspecting you and already feels uncomfortable, and everybody just don't want you at their mama crib, man. You should know this. Like, that's especially given the current political climate. Like, I don't need everybody to know where my family live. I don't want to do a private birthday with my mom. I don't need everybody to know the home recipes and taste my mom's cooking. Like,
I still don't know why this is called Born Again and not Devil's Reign.
Maybe because they plan to go past that story in this. I don't know.
Well, if they go past that story, that means he gets the fit. He makes the fist with Elektra.
Which, if she's still alive, I'd be shocked.
Well, hold on. If something pivotal has to happen in these next, how many episodes are left? 3?
We're at 3, yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 left. Something pivotal has to happen because we for sure see the Hand doing something in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Something has to happen because we don't have any other Marvel properties except for Punisher.
Yep.
Between now and then. So there's got to be some kind of a bridge between all. Something has to break here to have something Born Again, I guess, to carry over into Punisher. To brings us. I know.
I mean, I watched rewatching Defenders. I forgot the Hand has a fucking Lazarus pit, so they can technically bring people back if they want to.
Yep.
Which I think is how Foggy gets his redo.
I like it better when Matt just goes to hell, becomes a super holy Catholic white daredevil, and brings everybody out of hell back to Earth.
Well,
as I said before, Foggy ain't dead.
All we got to do is go down to hell and fight Borat. We already know he's there.
I'm waiting for him to pop up again because I feel like he might pop up again in Punisher special. Because why is his therapist friend making fun of him in the trailer when that's his entire job is what Steve was doing during Endgame before we realized we could get people back. Like,
I think Punisher's going to set up the fact that his client's we swear to God, it's not Jean Grey.
Oh yeah, Sadie, because her character's in, I think, Doomsday and Secret Wars too. So she's, and I feel like with the Hand, I don't know. And again, I don't know if it's a vision he's having or hallucination, but the Hand operating in an empty prison, which it seems like they might be doing, and maybe they are just holding powered people hostage, which is why some folks haven't been seen for a while.
Yeah.
It's possible. I'm not sure what all is going on. I would be shocked if they reveal that dude is Kingpin's illegitimate son. But also the destruction of the White Rabbit painting, which it's like you did that yourself, sir. I don't know why we're acting like you could have threw him anywhere else. Any of the other like 300 degrees of the room, but no, you went right into the wall because your girl died. And that poor doctor, man, shut the fuck up. Like my man, read the room.
Buck needs a safety word.
I'm trying to figure, how did Buck get that body out of there? That is my question.
Buck.
People die every day, B.
But I'm saying, like, you had none of your tools, your cleaning supplies. You just snapped that dude's back with the door wide open and like active people. Well, I mean, you're the mayor. Potentially,
you'd be surprised what you can firemen carry. I'll just tell you that.
But I mean, it also looks like they have that wing of the hospital cleared out, so that's also potentially what's going on.
Yeah,
I was expecting Buck to at least have like a trash bag. No, Buck just walked in there with nothing. It was like, and I'm like, how did you?
Look, Dawn soap and vinegar can get anything out.
He didn't have any of that though. He had a hospital room and whatever Jello was on the bed that morning. I was like, I need to see what miracle Buck is working.
So what we're now confirming is he's basically MacGyver.
No,
I'd like to go off the record and say peroxide goes a long way too, and baking soda.
True.
No, you know what it is? Buck had that.
We're gonna be on the list now.
Buck had the cleaning fluid that the cleaner had from Venture Brothers, where it literally is like the lemon acid, and it's just like, yeah, it smells like lemon and lemon pledge and fruit in here. It's like, oh, that's what they use to dissolve the bodies.
Jesus. Well, we know Daredevil is definitely going to take some turns on this one, but for time's sake, I think we need to go ahead and go into comics. Oh dear God!
I will catch up with y'all on Demons of a Shadow Realm by next week. I'm finally done with Haikyuu, so
nice. Yeah, we're going to be on a list with that, with those cleaning things. But anyway, before we do get into comics, guys, we do want to shout out Rick's Comic City, Nashville, #1 place to go to for comics. Locations in Nashville and Clarksville, Tennessee. And Free Comic Book Day is coming May 2nd, 2026. What does that mean? Free comic books, not just at Rick's Comic City, but everywhere else that is doing Free Comic Book Day in your local areas. Definitely check them out for free comics. Get to meet, get to greet, get to actually know the buildings that actually have physical comics, Funko Pops, things of that nature. Get to know those spots because trust me, you will miss them when you're gone. So always support your local libraries, support your local comic book stores, support your indie artists, whether they are writers, whether they are whether artists, writers, storytellers, illustrationists, colorists. Support the indies because trust me, you will miss them all when they are definitely gone. Also, that being said, I do see, Joe, that you do have your comics up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
There he goes. First off, we got Green Lantern number 34. This is written by Jeremy Adams, art by Guerrera and Montos, and colors by Romalo Fernando Jr. Kyle settling back in LA needs a job, and Odyssey immediately gets scouted. Well, Kyle goes and does Green Lantern things with some of his old villains. Also, Hal Jordan's being hunted by the Guardians. This is okay. I will admit this is a little slow, but Kyle does need more setup than Hal Jordan because Kyle's a more well-rounded character and has other facets of Avenue and actual real-world problems other than I go fast in jet. So I'm okay with this one being a little bit slower. I do agree it is a slower book. I will absolutely cop to that. I just don't care about Hal on this one. Yes, he's getting visions, and the Guardians don't want him to have visions. And he's palling around with Jaina. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for him to try to sleep and kiss Jaina at this point. Because he does have a thing for underage girls. So, yes, I'm being a petty asshole for this.
Yeah, because I actually liked Hal's story. But
the story was fine. It's just I'm looking at Hal's track record in the past. He has no problem kissing other people. He has no problem cheating on Carol even after proposing. He has no problem even completely abandoning Carol to go be a Green Lantern after they're married.
No,
but yeah, this is a slower Green Lantern book for Kyle, but Kyle takes more setup because he has a broader cast and he is Peter Parker in this world, so he has more problems. Like that is a thing. He's always had this larger cast and more grounded build-up whenever he's on Earth. I am doing a slight bit for the Hal Jordan stuff. It actually is fairly decent. I just don't like him teamed up with one of the Wonder Twins because, that's a deep cut. Very few people reading this book are going to get. Mm-hmm. And the Guardians have been the enemy of the Green Lantern so many times now at this point. It's just cliche. But they're also running out of people to throw at at Hal Jordan by this point.
Yeah.
Yes, some of it was a bit, but also my explanation from Kyle is true. We are looking at essentially the Peter Parker of the DC universe. So he does require a bit more setup.
No, completely fair. Although, like I said, we had our discussion. We had a discussion in our Facebook chat. Yes. But no,
I will unleash the beating of the three soups upon you. Next up, we got Superman number 37. This is actually, I've got to wait to see if Kira has anything to say.
Hi. Sorry, I got hungry. Hi.
You're good. You're good.
No, I haven't picked this one up. Not going to hold you. Nothing really screams for me to pick this one up. I've been very obsessed with the Absolute series. Not very obsessed, but I've been peeping the Absolute series more so than anything else.
Now, we have more. We do have for broader emphasis and transparency, we had a lot of books to choose from this week. Yeah. And I had to cut it down so much because we were trailer heavy. So If you want to, cheap plug coming in, go listen to Laser Print, where I cover all the books, including the absolute books that did come out this week. Next up, we're looking at Superman number 37. This continues the reign of the Superboys. This is written by, I can't read, Josh Williamson, art by Dan Moore, and colors by Alejandro Sanchez. CK, or Prime, is also experiencing Peter Parker syndrome because of his Superman-style life. He is getting trouble at his job, which is working at a comic book store, and dealing with the fact that half the Justice League want to immediately murder him on sight for past transgressions, which he does point out. And once again, most of the people I killed are alive again. That was like 7 or 8 reboot crises ago. The only problem is everyone he killed does remember being killed.
Right.
Because it's all in continuity again now. Still, he goes to hang out with Robin, Damian Wayne, and they have a little adventure fighting Two-Face. And then he does save Gotham, but starts to meta out again. And by which I mean he starts to just become line drawings. And then the girl he likes is apparently DC villain Witchfire, which I'm okay with. It's nice to see Witchfire being used.
Although rooting for Superboy Prime was not on my forte.
My favorite thing in this was the fact that he talks about the Kents being alive or dead, and Mark Waid, like, just in there. It's like Mark Waid particularly hates that you guys are Jonathan's alive again, and Mark Waid's like in the little bubble thing, just like, no, it's true. I don't like him alive. I don't like Pa Kent alive.
Jesus. Although it's always leave it to Martha and Jonathan to make every Kryptonian feel welcome, even to the point to where she tells Power Girl, you can clear out, he's fine. Yes, ma'am. You just that lets you know the ability of that woman, where she gets there and tell a superpowered being, he's good, clear out.
I mean, technically, she's one of her nieces, so
that is fair, but
she got that authority.
Yeah.
So he's very much got the
Flash number 32.
Hey, hang on. What do you say, Tafara?
I say he's got the My Adventures with Superman look right now.
Yeah.
At least Clark does, not the parents, but like whoever's drawing this one is very inspired.
Yeah. It does look good.
It's Dan Mora.
Oh,
Here,
there you
get
go.
a chance to look at this one?
I don't like Superman.
She's not a big.
I'm not a Superman fan. I'm one of those. It's good.
I understand that, but this has actually been hilariously fun because it is Superboy Prime trying to be Superman.
I make no promises, but I believe you. I do believe you.
It just started to. You don't have to go back too far.
Oh, I'll look. I will. I promise you, Joe. I will look.
What are you looking at me for?
Okay. Next up, we got Flash number 32. This is written by Ryan North, art by Gavin Godry, and colors by Andrea Lucas. Flash continues to fight against TikTok memes. That is the premise of the new Flash book at this moment. We learned that for the memes is because someone is trying to build a nuclear device inside Central City, and all of this has been a diversion to keep Flash busy.
Yeah. But a nice team up with Captain Cold, though, as Captain Cold tries to point out the obvious.
Yes. Yeah. I also do like the fact that, once again, Captain Cold has very different relationships with each Flash. He does respect Wally. He cannot stand Barry. And he's okay with Bart because he understands Bart's a kid and he's just doing what he's going to do. But I do love the fact that all the rogues respect the shit out of Wally. They fight against him, but they do talk to him, have a relationship with him, and respect him enough.
Yeah. Although still,
this was just fun. It was fun, but I still love the fact that our arch villain in this arc thus far is TikTok challenges,
and that screams volumes.
And then fast forwarding, go see this on laser print. Go see this on laser print. Go see this on laser print. Unless Kira wants to talk about it, we can.
I was curious to pick it up. Did you read it or no?
Yes. So it is Rey getting information about a Force artifact, and then you get a flashback of it, and you get to see Boba Fett competent and throw down with Luke.
Okay.
And it's all centered around this Force jewel that Rey is trying to find in the present time. But also Vader's trying to find him, because this happens like Return of the Jedi, but like right before they go get Han, I think.
Okay.
Or right after. No, it's right before, because Vader's still alive.
Okay. Wait, Rey?
So it starts with Rey, because Rey's looking for the Force jewel.
Oh, right. And
then she
time
goes.
drop. She gets the flashback into the past. Okay, I'm with you. I'm back.
No, the barman is telling her the story.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Okay.
This is written by Ethan Sachs with art by Jethro Morales.
Uh-oh.
Give it a second. Uh-oh. And she really with the thumbs up, Kira?
Yeah. I'm on a regular Logitech camera.
Yeah. Oh no, he's back. He's
All
back.
right, he's back. All right, Joe. Wherever you said in the last 30 seconds, repeat it.
Or not.
Oh, I was just saying, it's fun to see Boba Fett and Luke square off, and Boba Fett's like, where are you getting? And Luke's like, are we? And then Boba Fett's like, yeah, we are. You can't do anything because of Beskar. And I also know your lightsaber's floating behind me. Good luck with that.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah. Next up, we got Spider-Versity #1. This is written by Jordan Morris and Joe Kelly with art by Pierre Perez and colors by Guru EFX. We are taking that one step closer to Norman Osborn becoming the Green Goblin again, because Norman is assembling all the Spider Kids to teach them how to deal with a Green Goblin level threat. And in our own X-Men Spider Mansion, where the front statue is him and Jessica Drew just like comes in on it. It's fine. It's just really the reason we're looking at it is because we literally only have 2 options for Spider-Man books that do not completely suck at this point. It's either this or Black Cat. And this one's got Miles, because Miles is not getting a book again until August. So we gotta find our Miles where we can take him at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. It's not a great book, what we've had now, which is utter gutter trash. We gotta take the positives.
I will say this: this will probably be more appealing to younger Spider-Man fans.
Yes,
I know for me,
absolutely.
I know for me, yeah, it's a choice. But I can see it for, for younger fans. They would definitely get into this, especially with Miles trying to take more of the Peter role.
Mm-hmm. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got Sorcerer Supreme, written by friend of the show, Steve Orlando, art by Bernard Chang, and colors by Ruth Redman. Clea and Dormammu is trying to kidnap Clea's little sister, and Wanda and Bats have to step in and save her from Dormammu.
And
giant fight. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, this is just a fun little read because it's fun seeing Clea and Wanda team up because they're both Sorcerer Supremes in their own dimensions, and plus, this issue has bats. Every Doctor Strange book always should have bats. The talking ghost dog.
No argument there. smart ass talking ghost dog that
Oh
actually
no,
does no
what's
speak.
wrong with Spider-Man? What isn't wrong with Spider-Man at this point?
You spoke to the writer of the comics. Yeah, Shag we do speak to, and he's actually going to be at
No, Shag is somebody different. We're talking about Steve Orlando.
Steve Orlando.
Oh, Steve Orlando, my bad. Oh, I thought you were talking about Shag. My bad.
So sorry.
Yeah.
You're good, Karen.
I'm so hungry.
Go.
That is Nick Thunderhawks.
If that's supposed to be hot wings, on me, man.
You hear about it on Laserprint. No, these are like Thundercat fusions. So these are like the Thundercats that for the things, because that's Lynxio, that's Pumira, and that's someone else. I think he's a new character.
That's different, but okay.
They're like on 6th Earth, so they're like in the far-flung future. They're time displaced.
Gotcha.
Next up, we got Sonic 86. This is written by Eben Stanley and Ian Flynn, with art by Adam Bryce Thompson and colors by Leonardo Ito de Oliveira. This finishes out the current arc, where it is the 3 children of Dr. Robotnik are being attempted to be hacked by the robot equivalent of Starro.
Mm-hmm.
We find out in this issue because a Starro-like device has attached itself to Metal Sonic, and Sage and Belle, which they do now admit that they are sisters, are trying to free their brother. And we go up against the big bad, who's like this dude who carries around a casket that can emit illusions and has at least 2 Chaos Emeralds in his possession, but also has a Starro on his face. So yeah, Tafari wouldn't dig this because this is big time. Like,
I was gonna say,
Sonic
who was this
stuff here.
strange? Who was the child with the Pennywise nose in the middle?
So this is Belle. She is the daughter of one of the daughters of Robotnik when he got amnesia after the Metal Virus saga and became Mr. Tinker.
Right, okay.
So this is technically Sage's sister.
Gotcha.
Which I'm very glad they kept. I'm glad they kept Sage as a character, and I feel like more people need to play Frontiers.
The other good thing is they even make notice, like even Belle's like, at least Robotnik or Eggman treats you like a daughter, and Sage like, yes, the doctor and I have a unique relationship. And then at the end of the issue, like Robotnik like gets a report from Sage and then peeks around to see if Orbot and Squarebot are around, and then like asks Sage, like, are you sure you're good? Do I need to do anything for you, dear? And she's like, no, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
Yeah, I mean, her entrance into the franchise was a deep cut for everybody.
The interest me in this one though is we get a Starro like robot.
All right, I think he's good now, or he's frozen.
Give a second.
Is the screen freezing for him or
No,
for you?
He's good. He's
good.
back.
Okay.
He's
I
back.
saw the loading circle on the.
Well,
No, good. Go ahead, honey.
good, Joe.
Yeah, I don't think he's moving.
Oh,
We're back.
Okay.
No, I didn't hear anything Tafari said. That's when we froze for me.
Okay. But I was just saying, I'm glad that like Sage wasn't just a one-off character, because once I played through Frontiers and wasn't distracted by God of War Ragnarok at the same time because they came out on the same day. Yeah, that whole game is actually, if you do all the lore stuff, it's actually a very deep cut for him as far as like I've seen people make fan comics out of some of the stuff that gets said in there, like how much he actually admires Tails and fully admits like he would be a problem for me if it wasn't for the fact that he was wasting his time being Sonic's like sidekick all the time. He could actually potentially outgrow me or anyone else. Or you know, Frontiers is the first time he addresses that, like, him and Maria are actually related. And it's like 50 years later, we've got Shadow and all these other people still swooning over this girl. But like, I'm still alive and no one gives a damn. So,
yeah, I'm learning something new.
Now, this has been a really fun thing. This is a nice little 2-3 issue arc. We're moving to the next one next, but this was good. I like this one. And then finally, we have cameo book galore in Rocketeer: The Island 2. This is written by writer and letterer John Layman, and art by Jacob Edward, and colors by KG Diaz. Okay, you have to bear with me. So, the Rocketeer, Betty Page, Popeye, Tintin, Peabody, and the Rocketeer sidekick are all traveling to an island to go find Amelia Earhart. Turns out the island is Skull Island. Yes, that's Skull Island because Kong is there. So we have the Rocketeer and Popeye and Sherman and Mr. Peabody and Tintin all trying to fight Kong. Also, Betty Page does a beachside pin-up shoot to make the Rocketeer jealous.
As one is wont to do on Skull Island. Yes.
It is definitely cameo heavy, a little bit like an Indy Jones comic. But yeah, I loved it. Only because
I will this at this point. I'm waiting for Indiana Jones to just pop up for no reason.
You think he would, considering the fact it's all in the same universe.
Well, he can't pop up because no one on Skull Island is a Nazi.
That is also true. That is also true.
This is fun. It's so absurd with the kind of character and cameos that they have here. And like, yeah, the ship's researcher is Tintin. The ship's captain is legitimately Popeye. The science officer is Mr. Peabody.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. The book is great. It's just like, why are there so many cameos? Why are there so many characters?
That's true. Where you gonna say characters? Oh, they ran with it. That's like, hey, if you got free licensing, you might as well go on and do it. At least that's the idea of it anyway. All right. Cool. So that's the comics for this week. Thank you, Joe, for that. And as we wrap up, we do want to thank you guys that were definitely with us, for MightyKeef, for watching, for letting people know this is live. Certainly appreciate that. Shameless plugging, because we're always going to put ladies first on this show, so she should already see this coming. Lady Mandalore, want to let people know what you're doing, where you can be found, and what you're up to, madam.
Certainly, sir. You can find me regularly on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about Black independent comics and get you guys into them because nobody will tell you about them. This weekend, I have the illustrious guest of Mr. Becton coming on. Did I forget his first name? Absolutely, but it's because I'm really freaking sleepy. It's been a long week. I apologize, but he does have a comic coming out. I hope you guys will tune in and learn about it and help him get his Kickstarter funded. Also, side note, if you're not into reading, you might be into watching. I will be playing Mouse PI for Hire every Friday until I finish, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I already did part 1, so if you want to check out my YouTube page, you can see, I think it was only on for about 2 hours. 2 hours of gameplay. It was fun. I'm really bad at first-person shooters, but I made it, so give a girl a like and subscribe if you can. Thank you. Okay, bye.
As long as you had fun.
I did.
The man, the myth, the legend, who lived to go see another legend. Safari TV, sir. What about yourself?
Not much. New skit on the main channel about getting a job at 2026 / if you live in Gotham City gaming channel. We are working our way through Luigi's side of Super Mario Galaxy, and currently deciding on what games to play after that. So relaxed on this front. Those are the only 2 things I really got going on right now.
All right. And of course, another busy man, because he is definitely busy. He makes me look lazy. Show a guy Joe. What about yourself?
I don't know how I make you look lazy. You're a father of I don't know how many at this point, and uncle of how many at this point.
No.
Father, uncle, mechanic.
Leave it at 3. I am happy with 3.
A basketball team, half a basketball team.
No,
He
3.
does.
I'm good.
I'm gonna see probably like 5 or 6 at new free comic book day next week. So
He's got enough for a 3-on-3.5 court.
See,
that's true. I'm happy with my 3 children. But go on, Joe.
You can listen to me Mondays on Laser Print the Podcast, a Laser Time community driven podcast where I just pick up where Crisis left off and give my thoughts on comic books. You can find me streaming at some point. I think the next time I'll be streaming will be mid-May because that's when MechWarrior 5 will have its new DLC. So there's that. Other than that, you can find me over at Middle Tennessee Gaming, where I will be there Tuesday nights for Beyblade, then Fridays and Saturdays to assist with Magic, Cardfight Vanguard, Flesh and Blood, and selling Magic and Pokemon, and occasionally playing some things. Other than that, I'm just at work like a bunch. May is API Heritage Month, so you can find me probably all around town with all my Asian Pacific Islander friends. I know we're going to have an art show at the Frist mid-May. I'm going to say the 16th, but I may be wrong on that date. Other than that, don't come see me in my other job because that means you're in the hospital and I don't need that.
Damn. And that's true, especially with flu season around the corner again, because folks don't know how to clean the goddamn hands. But before I do get to myself, back to the shameless plugging as usual. Shout out to APR TV. Why? Because the Give It podcast can be seen on APR TV. It's an app that's on Amazon as well as Roku, as well as other shows that can be found on there. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. I have talked about it. Safari has talked about it. Kira has talked about it. A lot of our people have talked about it. You definitely want to get on this train when it does launch very soon. $10.99 a month to stream Blur Station, and Blur Station can be streamed on all smart devices. Definitely check out BlurStation.com. You will not be disappointed. Also, check us out, the Get Bit Podcast on YouTube. Literally, type in the GB Podcast, which I'm very proud of because we're the first thing that pops up. Do you know how long it took us to actually get to that point? That is an accomplishment in itself, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button for any time that we do go live, have reviews or shows. You will definitely not miss anything. So definitely, if you haven't already done it, thank you. If not, the perfect time to do so because, hey, without none of this, without y'all, we can't do shit. At the same time, Blurred's Eye View. Why? Myself, Tafari, and Kira are all part of that wonderful ship that is held by our captain who just recently had his birthday. So happy birthday, Captain. But definitely check out Blurred's Eye View on YouTube. Why? Because every Tuesday and Thursday, we basically bring, I'm just going to say it, we are the #1 Blurred podcast you should be paying attention to on YouTube. So definitely, if you haven't already, do that as well. Also, thanks to Farai, you can actually follow all of us from that very same page. You can follow Cure Room Full of Blurs. You can follow Geek by Heart with Lady and Jay, as they usually cover everything because with horror stuff coming out, horror stuff is definitely coming out. Our favorite griot of horror is definitely happy as all get out. Trust me, we know. We've seen the chat. Also, check out the streaming that she does as well, because hopefully she will be back to streaming Age of Calamity very soon, as well as Silent Hill F, because those things I'm looking forward to. Tafari TV's second gaming channel, Tafari TV Gaming, where he does modern and retro games on treadmill. He is the originator of that. Everybody else pretty much kicking behind him. Of course, our show, the Get Bit Podcast, my other news and political show, How the Frack We Got Here. Navy Montella, BlurCon Speaks, as he covers, in my opinion, he is becoming now the Arsenio Hall of blurred conversations. Definitely check him out. I think he's every Saturday, now Sunday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Navy, if you're listening to my voice. He also does gaming as well, so definitely check him out. Shoko, our looter shooter, as she usually is in Lorcana and Overwatch. Laura the Culture, that usually handles our comics and everything Hollywood media, and of course Tafari TV, And also, she is not here, but she will definitely not always be recognized. Definitely check out Whoop-De Freakin' Do and Fresh Press by Z for all your nail artistry needs. She is an artiste, if you don't know. And if you like nails and actually need nails or custom jobs, definitely check her out. We all have something to contribute to this table, people. It's not that freaking hard. As for myself, you can definitely find me, Black_Spartan615 on the socials. I'm nice. I talk to everybody. Just don't make it weird. I don't get in the habit of blocking people. At the same time, gaming seal going on. I'm kind of watching everybody else. Please check out Kira as she plays Mouse PI. I like watching other people play just because, especially when they get out of their comfort zones. Kira, as she has said, she doesn't really do first-person shooters. So the fact that she's doing this, and by my requested Expedition 33, even though she didn't finish, I still thank her. Because she took on something that not a lot of people would do. So I always want to give her the respect for that. As for streaming myself, guys, I know Pragmata, either it's going to be tomorrow or Monday. I haven't really figured that out because I'm trying to do Pragmata. I'm watching Kira do Mouse PI, and I want to see her run before I do mine. At the same time, Omnimusha Way of the Sword is getting close to its release date, so I want to stream that as well. But definitely catch me under Twitch under Black_615, Black_Spartan615 for there as well. Whenever I go live. At the same time, guys, I can't stress this enough. Please check your mental. Wherever the mind does, the body follows. There are plenty of services and therapy out there that can help you. Before you decide to take that last resort. Please, you are wanted. You are needed to add to the song of life that we all dance to. At the same time, men, make an appointment to go to the doctor. It's more than just a physical. Get everything that needs to be done, whether it's small, whether it's minute, because trust me, you might be saving your own life. At the same time, guys, the rules still do apply. Rule number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard. This definitely goes more to the female cosplayer aspect than the male cosplay aspect. It does not mean that male cosplayers do not get assaulted, essayed, or insulted. It just, unfortunately, the other side catches more of it. Again, men, I cannot stress this enough, and I know I shouldn't say men. I should really say those that can't respect women. Look, it's not that freaking hard. She is not your plaything. She is not your desire. She's not your fantasy. She's simply a person that's trying to enjoy the cosplay along with everybody else. Please come correct or get stomped out. Your choice. And please, oh please, for my benefit and the fact that I might be a little rusty, please choose a stomp out mode. I need the practice. And plus, Tafara can help me because he can choke some people out. He already explained it. Rule number 2, hygiene is important, guys. Soap, water, deodorant. I cannot stress this enough. All of it is still cheap. Please go out there and make sure that you're being clean, not from the body, but from clothes too. We would all freaking appreciate it. And the third rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else, talk, share, invite people to your fandoms. Don't be a dick. And if you're going to BlurCon next year because they have a slam theme, dress up as Hogan, you will get jumped. It's not that freaking hard. At the same time, guys, it is the weekend. So I understand, we all understand people want to relax. However you want to relax, we don't judge. Please make smart decisions. Go home happy. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. Just be smart about it. That being said, we'll hopefully be back here, guys, next week. Same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel with news of the week, as well as trailers and things of that nature. Because again, it's a fun time to be in a nerd space. Nothing more I can say about that. Outside of that, anybody, as we wrap this up, any last words we call tonight?
If you got nothing else to do, go see Michael.
Support a Black Kickstarter.
Joe?
Sorry. Dying, choking on spit. It's that time of night. Don't do that. No. Just go out, be safe, have fun. Yeah, go out, be safe, have fun. Like, I'm tired. You saw me take a small nap while you guys were talking.
It's the fact that when we cut to you, you were like dying, choking on spit. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah. My one thing I can say about Invincible, I don't care how much you people debate online about how horrible Thrag of a person is. He still ain't killing Raditz.
oh, that's gonna. Oh,
Now,
yeah.
Now, there's thing, and Kira can back me up on this. A Viltrumite is nothing more than a new Coke version of a Kryptonian with half the durability, no ranged capabilities whatsoever, and can't do half of any speed of light maneuvering.
Also, 0 defense.
Yeah.
And 0 defense. So yes, they are all worth less than one Raditz who can nuke a planet.
I'm just laughing because the Dragon Ball Z community has definitely been defending themselves, and yet not one Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, no, they've made that whole thing of like how many people does Thrag of all people go through it. I think the chart was Kid Goku, Tao Pai Pai, Tien from Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball, King Piccolo, Raditz, and Vegeta. And like, I'll give you the first two. I will. I'll give you the first two. Tien probably have some. We'll have problems with Tien. He'll probably be evenly matched with Demon King Piccolo. But no, once he gets to Z stuff, none of the Viltrumites are going against anybody that can blow up a planet. Especially when they're just diet Kryptonians. Hell, Daxamites can take those guys out, and they're poisoned by lead.
And this is why the Dragon Ball community, that's what I said, and not one Sailor Moon reference. But anyway,
Sailor Moon could wipe out everything. What are you?
But that's what I'm
about?
saying. That's what I'm saying. That would have killed. That would have nuked the entire argument. But that won't leave that alone.
Yeah, but it was Viltrumites versus Saiyans. I'm like, they have half the durability and no range abilities.
Oh, we agree. But you're speaking to intelligent people. You're speaking to intelligent people versus fanboys. Just saying. But that being said, I've been Spartan. He's been Joe. She's been Kira. He's been Safari TV. This has been the Give It Podcast, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please continue. Please, as I completely fluffed this outro, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I promise we'll get through this. Have a good evening, guys. Live long and prosper. We are out. Peace.